Welcome to another episode of the RDR podcast, where we talk about all the nerdy shit you love or hate. We're your host. I'm Quentin.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Malik.
And today we're going to be discussing some things we'll think you'll love. We have the Captain America recap for the new Captain America. Finally got his first solo movie, right? Yeah, his first solo movie.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie's
first solo movie, yeah.
We have the Capcom Cup recap. We're also going to discuss Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon. Something we all hate. We'll discuss the most annoying fan bases. Who gets under your skin? Who do you not want to deal with? We're also going to discuss if GTA needs a new city. That'll be interesting. Our thoughts on that. And finally, we'll wrap it up with Siege X. So let's get started.
Yes, sir.
So I think, Tim, you were the last to see Captain America, right?
Yeah, I saw it last, not just 2 Tuesdays ago. I saw it. It was like a week and a half ago. So,
What did you think of it?
I really enjoyed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolt Ross is a horrible person. My goodness, that dude is trash. And shout out to Harrison Ford. He's just always been a great actor. I know they also had to replace Thunderbolt because the original Thunderbolt passed away about 3-4 years ago of cancer. But Harrison Ford did a great job as a Thunderbolt Ross. But as the character, he's a terrible person. Mm-hmm. And I completely forgot about the leader, the brain guy. I completely forgot. That's the same guy that was in the 2008 version.
He's been sitting in the background technically for
16 years,
almost 20 years.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if you forgot about him.
Yeah.
Most people did. I didn't know if he was ever going to show back up.
Yeah, because I remember when they pumped the gamma in him and the brain did a little jiggle thing, and I was like, oh, okay,
they lead into something, and then nothing ever happened.
Nothing ever happened, and all those movies later, and I'm like, oh, I forgot all about him.
Yeah, Q, what'd you think?
You know what? I really enjoyed it. I'm seeing a lot of people complaining. People need to shut the hell up. Everything won't be in game.
Yeah.
We're in a current stage of building up to the next big bad. Everything's not going to be 10 out of 10. I thought this was a great movie. And if you ask me, it's the second best Captain America movie. To be fair, I do not consider Civil War a Captain America movie. I consider
that's an Avengers movie.
Okay, because, people, what about Winter Soldiers? Clearly won.
Winter Soldier's my favorite MCU movie of all time.
And I think this was a solid 2.
I'm okay with that. I don't disagree with that. I found the movie solid. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was enjoyable. I do feel like they kind of rushed a couple things. Like they just kind of hurried to the Red Hulk fight, and how they ended it was a little odd. Now, I've been, every time I see any type of comic book movie, Marvel movie, anything like that, there's a couple YouTube channels I always check out, most notably New Rock Stars, and they always do deep dives and behind the scenes type news and stuff. And one of the things that the guy on that channel speculated is that at one point he thinks Thunderbolt Ross was supposed to die. Mm-hmm. So when they decided to change that, they kind of had to shoehorn in Sam talking him down. Whereas he was supposed to just die. I think he was supposed to die after that last little impact that he hit him with.
Yeah, was this movie remade like 3 times?
This movie got remade several times because, from what I understand, obviously this hasn't been confirmed in one way or another, but the role that Giancarlo Esposito had, which, by the way, he was incredible. He is so charismatic. No matter what role he's in, he is incredibly charismatic. That role he played was supposed to be the role Seth Rollins was supposed to play.
Oh, really?
Oh.
And then they got the opportunity to cast Giancarlo Esposito, so they dropped Seth Rollins, which kind of sucks because I like Seth Rollins, and I'd have liked to. Now, could he have played that role as well as Giancarlo? No.
And that's what I was going to say. I
No.
love Seth Rollins, but sorry,
Yeah.
buddy.
But to drop him completely, I kind of think kind of sucks. You couldn't have found something else for him to do. He couldn't have been Giancarlo's number 2.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
I get what you're saying.
Like you could say, hey, we got this guy that we're expanding his role, and we think that you don't have the acting experience to take that role on, but we want to keep you on. Let's give you this role. I think they could have done that. He spent all that time there, and to get nothing out of it just seems like a kind of a low blow to me.
I agree.
That makes sense. So I know everybody wants just nonstop action and fight scenes. But I think what I enjoyed about this movie was the entire movie was him basically coming to terms that he's not Steve Rogers.
Right.
And he doesn't need to be Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I think that was very well done with, him just at every turn realizing, like, I don't have to do things the same way as him.
Right.
To be a good Captain America. Even, like, I like I think when he got punched by Red Hulk, and he was like, I shouldn't have took.
I should have took the serum.
Yeah, should have took the serum. Like, and he was like making fun of Bucky.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I didn't think I would care about the new Falcon.
Right.
Like, when I first seen him, I'm like, who cares? But he actually, to me, was kind of dope in the movie.
Yeah, he brought the levity. Because generally in the past, it was kind of Sam that brought the levity.
Yeah.
So he couldn't be the guy to bring the levity this time, because now he's the lead guy.
Right.
He can't really bring the levity. He's coming to grips with his role as Captain America. So he needed someone to help bring the levity, and I thought he brought it well.
And I'm glad they finally talked about the goddamn giant celestial.
Took him long enough.
Like, because I'm like, why do we just keep glossing over that this is here? And I get it. Eternals was an awful movie. We all want to forget it.
That movie was absolutely terrible.
But, I mean, come on. You can't do something like that and then just try to ignore it. So I'm glad they actually, and I think it's pretty cool because what they found in their adamantium.
Yeah, they're using that as the way to introduce adamantium.
Yeah, so I was like, that's pretty cool because, obviously Wolverine.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Also, another thing that comes from that I got from New Rock Stars, if y'all haven't seen that YouTube channel, I definitely suggest checking it out. They point out all types of Easter eggs and stuff in all of the movies. But one of the things that apparently got scrapped is his head of security, the short girl, was supposed to be a
Black Widow.
She was a Black Widow. That's what they made her in the movie.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be one of the first mutants to pop up in the MCU.
Oh, okay.
But the character was something like, there was an issue between, I think she was either Israeli or something along those lines, and with the whole Israel-Palestine thing going on, there was some outrage over that character, so they had to scrap it. But she was originally supposed to be one of the first mutants to pop up in the actual MCU movies.
Okay.
But they unfortunately had to scrap it, so now that's another reason the adamantium was in there. It was supposed to start sprinkling in the nuggets of mutants existing.
Right.
So the only thing left was the adamantium, but it was all good. But yeah, I still got it. Giancarlo Esposito's that scene he had where he just ambushed him driving down the road in his truck.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a great scene.
Yeah.
So good. And I loved his charisma when he was interrogating him after he caught him. He's like, I'll put you away if you get out. When?
Yep. When. I love that part.
I love that. It's just that charisma. When I get out, I am going to kill you. Like, oh, that's great. But I thought the movie was very solid.
Yeah, I've seen people complaining about the main villain, but I'm like, I don't like methodical villains. Like, I like a cerebral villain when they're well done.
Yeah, like, everybody wants to just see straightforward fighting type villains. Like,
everybody don't
one of the main things that made Civil War so great is because he was methodical.
Yeah,
Baron Zemo did close to nothing physical.
Right.
He actually did nothing physical on screen. The only thing you know that he did something was when he killed the therapist. And you only knew that because they found the body.
Right.
You didn't even see him kill the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand the gripes about this movie. People saying it's a flop and this, that, and the third. I think it performed well in the box office. Obviously, it's not Endgame level, but
Of course, but yeah.
nothing will be. I thought it performed really well, and I thought it was a very well done movie, especially since all of the pivots they had to make.
Right.
I just think we live in a world of miserable people who just
Yes.
want to see
absolutely.
everything fail, which is weird to me. Like, there's nothing that I've seen that I'm just like, oh, I hope that movie fails. Like that's so weird. Or I just hope this movie's terrible. Like, why would I want it to be terrible? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Like, even, like I said yesterday, I attempted to watch Madam Web, and I watched it with an open mind. I'm like, I don't care what everyone's saying. The movie was awful. They were all correct, but I didn't want it to be awful. You know what I mean?
You want to see it from your own perspective.
Exactly. I'm like, I just wanted to, give it a chance. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give Craven a chance. I don't care what people say. I'm going in with an open mind.
I'm pretty sure about this, but I could be incorrect. But I'm pretty sure Wes said he loved Madam Web.
Well, I don't know what he was watching because
that's not goated at all.
I didn't even finish the movie. I didn't even care how it ended. I had like 20 minutes left, and I was just like, I've had enough. I just didn't care how it ended.
He's had enough.
I will never watch it again. It was so bad. Nothing about it made sense. The three girls that were with her were like all over the place. I was just the movie made just no sense. I was like, okay, I can't do this. So I'm not sure what he watched, but I have some questions. So, but yeah, like I think we just live in a miserable society where people just want things to fail.
Yeah,
of course,
it's weird.
It's miserable. And what bothers me most about it is I understand most of the time it's just a loud minority, but what upsets me the most is I can't avoid it. Like, I want my Twitter feed to show wrestling stuff because I enjoy pro wrestling. But I hate every other post I see. It's someone, either a AEW mark bashing WWE or a WWE mark bashing AEW. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to see that on my timeline. And like, just enjoy what you enjoy and leave it as it is.
Right.
My timeline's been a lot of wrestling clips lately too. But for the last couple of days, I've mostly tried to stay off of Twitter because it gets flooded with Kanye for some reason. Everything I know that Kanye has tweeted recently has been against my will.
Yeah, he's.
I've never even seen it. I don't even know.
I don't know why it keeps coming on my timeline. Like, people just keep resharing and posting it. Like, I don't follow him. I don't care what he's doing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's against my will. And I'm like, I don't know what happened to Twitter, but it seems like it doesn't like just focus much more on just with, who you follow and stuff like it used to. It seems like they're pushing a bunch of stuff and it's like, hey, you got to see this. And it's like, hey, I don't care.
No, facts.
Yeah. So my timeline is mostly wrestling too. And I prefer when it is, even though I'm not like even heavy into wrestling like I used to, like, yeah.
And remember how you said Sam Wilson's your Captain America?
Yes.
Isaiah Bradley is my Captain America. That man deserves everything. The character for, just because what he's been through and just, I just felt so bad for that man, just him being in jail and then him and the bond that him and Sam had in Falcon and Winter Soldier and just.
I felt bad for him in the movie. Like,
I felt real bad. Where he was like, I can't go back. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, I get it. The last time you was in there, it wasn't just lockup. You were tortured and experimented on.
Right.
That's a PTSD that's not going to go away.
Correct.
And just to think I'm going to be going back in there, like, that when he was talking about I can't go back, I legit thought he was going to do something to force them to kill him.
I did see that scene was like powerfully done. And it was like, amazing acting on that scene. Like you've seen like the fear and the tears in his eyes as he's like, I don't even know what happened.
Right.
And he's like, I cannot go. I legit thought he was going to get up and like charge at people to force them to kill him because he did not want to go back under any circumstances.
I looked at Jazz in the theater and I was like, I really hope we do not have to watch a black man get shot by the police. Right now. And when he gave it to them, I was like, oh goodness. I was like, thank gosh. Like, so man, that was very well done.
Yeah, I thought it was a very solid movie.
Absolutely. And also, did you know I found out 10 years ago, I didn't realize Giancarlo was bugging out in Do the Right Thing.
I mean, I saw Do the Right Thing when I was a kid. I haven't seen that movie since.
I know, but I was like, wait, that's him? Because he doesn't even look like, well, obviously he's a lot older now, but it just shows how great he is. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't realize he was the bad guy in Fresh.
Yeah, his range is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what Fresh is.
That was a movie with the 12-year-old drug runner.
I don't remember that. I don't know
Samuel Jackson was in there, but he was a chess player. And
I don't know that movie. I don't know that movie at all.
Oh, wow. It was one of them, 90s hood movies. I've seen it in the years. But, he was the main bad guy. His name was Esteban in the movie. And, but yeah, it was a good movie from what I remember. But last time he was like a 12-year-old drug runner. But yeah, he's running for Giancarlo in that movie. Mm-hmm. Like Quinn says, his resume just speaks for itself.
Yeah, incredible range, incredible actor.
Absolutely.
The only reason I wanted that Far Cry game is because he's in it. I still haven't gotten it though.
And he had one of the greatest death scenes in TV history.
That is dope. That is what made me a huge fan of him. That death scene was like, it was so well done. It was so amazing. And when I first seen it, I was like, this dude is amazing.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's why I don't know what you're talking about.
When he walked out of the room, it was like,
he just
and then just fell over. I was like, that was dope.
Yeah. We'll show you after we record. We'll show you the death scene real quick.
But he was a menace in Breaking Bad. He had to go.
Yeah. You know what? Real quick, I won't get too into it, but I fell for his character too. Like he got his revenge because like the level of torture that he was doing to Hector, it was kind of like, well, you kind of deserved it a little bit. I liked Hector, but still, just how they did to him when he was younger, and then he got him back and just keep showing up at the nursing home with the chain and just torturing him, and because Hector couldn't talk anymore.
He
but
got that bell, and he was sitting there like. Kept hearing that ding 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 ding.
Oh, yeah. But we'll show you when we're done, though. But yeah. But like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. It was a good MCU movie of the year to start so far. Start off so I really enjoyed Captain America for sure.
Like I said, I think the problem with everyone now is everyone's like, oh, but it's not as good as Endgame, and it's like, dude, do you know how many movies built up to Endgame?
Yeah, the first Captain America movie wasn't that great.
Yeah,
I thought it was solid.
If we get to
Thor.
What's the end? Secret Invasion or Secret Wars?
Yeah, Secret Wars.
If that isn't as good as Endgame, then you have a right to complain.
I still think Infinity War was better than Endgame.
I do too.
Yeah, I thought
Infinity War was a better overall movie than Endgame.
Yeah.
Endgame just had the best end battle in movie history.
I think as a whole movie, Infinity War was better.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the highs of Endgame were really high.
Really, really high.
Right.
Cap
right.
getting
picking the hammer,
and even Iron Man sacrificing himself. Those highs were really, really
absolutely
high. So
the only issue I had with Infinity War is even though we knew the Collector wasn't going to do anything against Thanos, but I still want to know how Thanos got it from him. The reality gem. I still want to. You showed the other four.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
They showed.
They never showed power or reality.
They didn't show power or reality. They showed 4 of 6.
Yes, I mean they showed. Yeah. So I'm like, I still want to know how he got it. You know what I mean? Just, because.
But I'm more curious on how he got the power one.
Yeah, from Xandar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Because he didn't have anything then. How he got the reality stone from the Collector's easy. I got the power stone. What you gonna do against me?
They can still do I mean,
Thanos is still strong as hell.
Yeah,
right.
But I still would have much preferred see him just basically ransack an entire world for the Power Stone than going after technically one guy for the reality.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm about to say it. Plus, he has like a whole army at his disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could have just laid siege to it and it'd been real simple. But, I mean, I understand why they did it for time's sake, because the movie was already 3 hours long. That could have easily added another hour to it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
That's it for
never a bad time for a montage.
Yeah, they definitely could have done a montage,
right,
or recap, or something to briefly show, hey, this is what happened
at Xandar and nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's it for the Cap for me though. Like I said, I just enjoyed it. The ending credits? I don't remember what happened for some reason.
He met with the leader, and the leader told him something big was coming.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was another one.
I think that was it. I don't remember being like anything because it was at the very, very, very end. It wasn't like how they do like the first,
mid credit,
end
credit. I think that was the only one, but it's just like the leader basically just saying, "Hey, I know what's coming."
Yeah, and it's funny that they kind of asked him to reboot the Avengers when it's like Anthony Mackie's not really that young. You know what I mean? To be on for another 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
What's he in his mid-40s?
Should be.
Well,
so.
But I don't know. They said he was asked to reboot the Avengers. That doesn't mean he accepted.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Did you like the leader though?
I thought he was all right.
All right.
Yeah, 46.
Okay. I thought they could have done more with him to really show the level of his intellect.
Right.
But he always looked like he had a joke to laugh at.
Anthony Mackie.
Like he's just trying to hold back a laugh in every picture.
I don't know. Maybe that's just all he was told to do. Yeah. But yeah, I thought the leader was cool, but I would have just personally would have liked to see more of what he was showing, the level of intellect that he has.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's all I got for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it about an 8. I gave it about a 7.5, 8.
I think that's a fair score.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. About 7.5 is what I'd say.
Well, it's weird because
a good solid movie.
Yeah, it's weird because you could say like 7.5 or out of 10, and everyone's like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. But if you do like, a 3.5 to a 3.75 out of 5 stars, everyone's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just all perspective. Everyone, they just feel 3 is just really low.
Yeah.
When it's out of 5, but I don't know. I mean, that's above half, so I mean, it's technically 60%.
Right. So, yeah, great movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. Good, solid movie.
Definitely one I'll watch again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would have no issue watching it again.
Mm-hmm. Capcom Cup recap.
Yeah, I mean, this will be real brief.
Yes.
We had another $1 million winner in Street Fighter. Kakeru, with using the character JP, won $1 million for first place.
The Shadaloo accountant.
He's an accountant. The character is an accountant. That is the weirdest. That's the strongest accountant I've ever heard of in my life. But $1 million, that's life changing.
Absolutely.
But the big story is the guy who came in second.
15-year-old kid from Chile.
Came in second, walked home with $100,000 at 15 years old.
How much is that in Chile?
And he 3-0'd a couple of
he beat a lot of notable people.
Yeah, Angry Bird, who was a 2023 Evo champ. And who can't think of Jen, who was 2012 Evo champ. Noah, who I'm a big fan of Noah, but Noah won Blank Respawn. He 3-0'd him too. So and he used Ryu, which was really good because
Everyone says he's a weak character.
Yeah, and it was nice to see in the grand finals it wasn't a Ken, a Kuma, or a Kami.
It's not the top tier. It was just all the.
It was Ryu versus JP, and a JP winner, JP player won. It was a breath of fresh air to see somebody different. You know?
It's 92 million pesos.
Yeah, but what is that? What is a peso? Like, for example, does like a PlayStation 5 cost, let's just say $400? Is it 400 pesos or is it like 1,600 pesos? Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
but he's 15.
Yeah, still 15.
Like,
you know darn well some of that, most if not all of that money's going to his parents.
So, how does that work? Where was the Capcom Cup at?
It was in Japan.
Okay, so I wonder, do you have to pay Japan's government taxes?
Probably.
Do you have to like also turn around and pay Chilean taxes, or
probably?
That sucks.
But regardless, to be 15 to win that type of money is just really life changing for him and his family, or you know what I mean.
To be 15 and go to Japan is great.
Absolutely. To be 15.
I still haven't been.
I haven't either, and that's one of my bucket list places to go to. Japan.
We're planning on it too this decade. So
Japan and Thailand.
Planning on it. And but just for him to be at that age and just beating Evo champions, it was really good. 3-0 in them, just like unbelievable.
The Capcom Cup was a very great thing to watch. I enjoyed watching it. It was a great since it was on in Japan. It ran while I was asleep, but it gave me the perfect thing to watch while I was at work. I would just be able to put it on and just watch it straight through while I was at work, which was great. The only gripe I have is I don't like the payout disparity. They're hyping too much of the $1 million payout for first place, where, you got basically the top 48 players in the world, and most of them are walking home with not even enough to pay what they paid to get there.
Yeah, it was $1,500.
Yeah, you get $1,500. That's not even paying for what you paid to get there.
I mean, even the fall off from $1 million to 100,000, I think that feels kind of crazy. I feel like
that's
at least
crazy.
$500,000.
$500,000, yeah.
Or if they don't want to put that money up like that, don't have first place be $1 million. What's wrong with it being $500,000?
Right.
Second place gets 200,000. Third gets $1 million.
Yeah.
And then you say, hey, it's over $2 million in prizes or whatever.
I'm sure they made hand over fist and profit from this, even after the payouts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Capcom.
Yeah, from the production, and from what I hear, it's shown on regular TV in Japan. So they got advertising money back there.
Oh, yeah.
Rights, all that.
So they definitely made their money back. But I'm still... you don't have to pay out $1 million to first place. You could spread that money more evenly throughout the players. Where, hey, if you're the guys that didn't make it out of your pools, okay, you walk away with $15,000.
Right.
Is that enough to change your life? No, but it should be more than enough to cover your expenses to go.
Absolutely.
Because I'm pretty sure they're not flying them out there and putting them up. So they got to find their own way there.
And remember, these guys are all coming from around the world.
Right.
Like I said, second place came from South America. So, and we had quite a few Americans go over there. We have some of the best players are from, where's Big Bird and them from? They're from Middle East, right?
Yeah, the UAE.
Yeah,
United States, United Arab Emirates.
There was a lot of European players that came over there too,
and these flights and the hotels and all of that, Japan's not a cheap country from what I understand.
Right.
So, and like I said, I don't think they're paying them to come out there.
Right.
So you need to at least make it worth their while to come.
Absolutely.
That goes back to the whole, how do you make, being a professional gamer more
financially viable. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But like outside of that, I just thought it was a great show all around. I saw a whole bunch of high level play. You got, while not every character was used that's in the game, a vast majority was.
Yes.
And that just shows, like, a lot of people talk trash about Street Fighter 6, but one thing that Capcom Cup showed is that their game, while it does have its flaws, from a character standpoint, is incredibly balanced. Even the low tier, the quote unquote low tier characters, for the most part, they're still a threat.
Yeah.
Don't sleep them, because if you sleep them, they can do something against you. They're not just so incredibly bad that no matter what you do, you're not going to win. There's just ones that just gives you better odds.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So I do feel this is an incredibly balanced game. They just need to clean up a couple things, but I'm trying not to go into that. We've talked about all of that before, but I feel it is a very well done game, and I think it is the best fighting game in this current generation.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually want to give an apology to somebody, Juicy Joe.
Oh, I slept him.
Yeah,
I slept him so
I don't know
much.
if you ever see this. I hope you do, but I want to apologize because you were in the G bracket and no one even acknowledged you because we were so invested in the Do and Kaba matchup. I didn't even know who you were, but the fact that you came out of there in winners, you proved me wrong.
Yeah.
And I apologize.
Yeah.
And you used JP too. You got my respect. Never heard of Juicy Joe.
Yeah, I didn't either.
You know,
and every prediction thing I saw when they got to that group, they were like, "Oh yeah, there's Kakaru, there's."
No, Kakaru wasn't in G. He was in a C, I believe.
Oh, Xiaohai.
It was
Xiaohai, Knuckle Dew,
Kaba,
Nephew.
Yeah.
And they literally said every name except Juicy Joe.
And we were one. We didn't say Juicy Joe neither. And
we're like, he's getting washed.
Yeah.
He didn't even lose in groups.
Yeah.
He washed everyone. So I agree. I got to apologize to that man too, because he washed everyone in that group.
Yeah. If y'all don't know who he is he's a Swedish player, by the way. I just found that out too. He's from Sweden. So
yeah, he washed everyone.
Yeah.
Him and Blaze were two people that I overlooked.
Yeah.
Blaze, I thought, he's 15 going across the world for the first time ever. I thought he would be overwhelmed by the situation. So I didn't knock him because of his skill. I knocked him because of his age.
The experience.
And I was wrong because obviously he came in second. And then Juicy Joe, I'm like, he don't have a chance against all of these people, and he beat them all.
Yeah.
So.
And we were wrong on a lot of the brackets.
Oh yeah, we was wrong on a lot of the brackets.
We got some of them that got through, but like we knew like Noah was going to get through B, and Punk and stuff. But like Punk didn't get through. No, that is right.
We were wrong about Punk. Punk was considered the best.
That is
everyone
right.
considered Punk the best Street Fighter player in the world. He didn't even make it out of groups.
That is, you are correct. That is right. Wasn't it Takamaru, the Ken player?
Yeah, Takamaru.
He was really good.
Yeah.
But other than that, I enjoyed it. I was disappointed in the Kaba Do matchup. I mean, I was looking forward to that.
I did want to see a Gal showdown,
and I was kind of mad that Do didn't go Gal. I get it, but I know Cammy's a better matchup for Gal, but I was still mad because we all wanted it. We were all
everybody wanted to see that. Y'all both say y'all the best Gal player,
yeah,
and then y'all get matched up against each other. Common sense would say we got to find out who the best Gal is. But they didn't do it. Which kind of sucks. But
so in these tournaments, you can pick a different player every round.
You can. I believe how it works is it's a blind initial character pick. So if me and you were playing, it's a first to win 2 matches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We both pick our character. We don't have to say beforehand. We pick whoever we want.
Mm-hmm.
If I win, I can't change, but you can.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But going all throughout 2024, there's been this kind of underlying rivalry between these two players over the fact that one of them Kaba beat Knuckle Dew, and he basically bragged, "I'm the best Gal." And he said, "Dog, you beat me once. I've beaten you tons of times. You're not the best."
And then dude hey, what? If you're the best Gal, to have your boy Mena, who's another pro player from Dominican Republic, you told Mena to put up 10 G's for you so we can have a first to 10. Whoever wins gets the 10 G's. And obviously they didn't agree.
It didn't happen.
And then,
but then in Capcom Cup, they just happen to get put in the same group.
Which I think
So
they
you
did that on
know
purpose.
for a fact they have to play against each other. There's no, oh, he might get eliminated beforehand. No, they're going to have to play each other. So we're like, okay, we're going to have the Gal showdown.
Right.
He didn't pick Gal.
Yeah,
One of them didn't pick Gal.
Didn't pick Gal, and then
I'm
Kaba
like,
won. Kaba won. Kaba popped off. Did the number
again.
one.
Yeah, he went off again. Talk about I'm number one.
Even though, and then dude went on Twitter, and I thought this was kind of petty. He was like, it is what it is. But he said Lex is another Gal player who was in another bracket. Nothing to do with it. But he was like, Lex is the best Gal, and I'm like, well, Lex didn't really do good either. There, you know what I mean? I'm like, just give Kaba his credit. He beat you. Just give him his credit. I thought that was kind of petty on Do, in my opinion. But I met Knuckle Do at Evo. He was really cool. I met Kaba too. They were both really cool. But I just thought that was kind of corny, especially when we all were waiting for this match. And this has been going on for about 5 months now.
I think it was longer than that.
It happened at Cream City, whenever Cream City was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds so disgusting, but
I was wondering, like, what the hell is Cream City?
Well, apparently it was in Milwaukee. That's Milwaukee's nickname. It's Cream City.
Oh yeah, I remember they had those jerseys, the Bucks.
Yeah,
they had those jerseys that said Cream City, and they were terrible.
I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, we were all waiting for it. Unfortunately, it never happened. So, but I guess the next big thing is obviously Combo Breaker now, which
Evo Japan.
Yeah, Evo Japan is 2 weeks before Combo Breaker, so
in May.
Yeah, so hopefully they somehow either, if they're going to Evo Japan or if at Combo Breaker, hopefully they actually have a Gal match and we can kind of just see like, okay, who's the better Gal, so we can just
and this goes back to my idea of having those the UFC style events. Because you can easily sell an event on, we got Knuckle Do versus Kaba, Gal for Gal. Y'all are agreeing. Y'all take this match. You're each going to play Gal. And we're going to see who the best Gal is. And we promote it. We can get all the trash talking going, make it all nice and hype. And say, hey, y'all each get X amount of dollars to fight, and winner gets an extra X amount of dollars. And promote it like a fight. Promote it just like a boxing match or UFC fight. And I think it would sell.
Right.
And make some money. Still I gotta start a GoFundMe for that.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of money in that GoFundMe.
And my last thing on the Capcom Cup, like I said, it was a good Capcom Cup. Still upset that they didn't show anything at the end of Capcom Cup.
Yeah,
that was
stupid that they didn't show anything for the new season of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
That was all I got for the Capcom Cup, though. So Capcom Cup 11. So all good.
All right. All you got?
That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got.
So that old 90s debate. Every kid probably had it back in the day.
Sure did.
Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon. Which one you got?
This ain't even a debate for me.
Nickelodeon.
It's Cartoon Network.
No, it's not.
It's Cartoon Network. It is Cartoon Network.
It's not a debate.
How?
I said for me. I said it's not a debate for me.
Y'all both said it's not a debate.
Cartoon Network.
How?
I can go down the list of all the great shows on, like, Nickelodeon has some bangers. Don't get me wrong. Doug, Rugrats.
Are we basing this off cartoons and TV shows?
Well, you can't base it off of TV shows because Cartoon Network didn't have any TV shows.
Oh, okay. Nickelodeon's still better.
You have to include everything with Nickelodeon, though. It's Nickelodeon.
Yeah, come on. Nick Arcade?
See, but you can't compare when there's nothing to compare it against on the other side.
So, yeah, but it was Cartoon Network. It was cartoons. That was supposed to be.
But yeah, but Nickelodeon also showed, like, I Love Lucy.
That's Nick at Night. Nah, come on.
It's still Nickelodeon at Night. No, but what I'm saying is you can't say it includes Nickelodeon when that's a part of Nickelodeon. You can't say, oh, that don't count. But when I say, hey, the regular live action shows don't count, you say, yeah.
Nickelodeon. We talk about Nickelodeon.
I'm not even putting Nick Jr. in there.
All that and My Cousin Skeeter and Victorious and iCarly, all that. That was on Nickelodeon. You talk about Nick at Night. That's completely different.
No, it's not.
It even had a different name.
You probably watched.
It used to have a commercial that was like Nickelodeon is going off. Time for Nick at Night.
You probably watched.
It's
You probably
still
watched like the Bob
Nickelodeon.
Newhart show when it came on and I Love Lucy and all that.
I didn't know, but my whole point is,
I'm woken up a lot to the George Lopez thing.
oh yeah, I've woken up to that so many times. My whole point is, if you're going to make a comparison, you got to make a comparison where they are on equal footing.
So just cartoons.
Just cartoons.
Okay, well,
It's still Nickelodeon.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's really not.
Outside of Samurai Jack and Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Edd n Eddy.
And Dexter's Laboratory.
Damn,
And-
I forgot about that. Shit.
And all of Toonami. That's
No,
Cartoon Network.
no,
That's
no,
Cartoon
no,
Network,
no,
my
no,
guy.
no.
That's Cartoon
No,
Network,
you
my
can't
guy.
use that. That's too, no. You can't use that. We can't use Salute Your Shorts and Pete and Pete and all that stuff. No.
I'm gonna say this since we're talking about it, and we want to so we're clear. Courage the Cowardly Dog sucked.
No,
The
it
show
doesn't.
sucked. It was
No, it didn't.
awful.
No, it didn't.
There was one good episode. There was like
We already
three
had this
memorable things.
We
in the
already
entire
had this
show.
debate.
This debate.
The show's terrible. That's
But,
all. I
rest in peace to the writer of Courage. He just passed away, I believe, like 3-4 days ago. Okay.
Hey, Codename Kid Next Door.
That was a terrible show.
What?
That was a terrible show. I didn't like that show.
What? You are out of your mind if
Terrible
you're saying
show.
Codename Kids Next Door.
That was terrible.
Terrible
Billy
show?
and Mandy was terrible.
Oh my God! What?
Was it the Foster's house? That was terrible.
Hey,
Terrible
hey,
show.
get him out of here.
Johnny Bravo.
No, Johnny Bravo was great.
All right, so here's the thing. I've always been Nick over Cartoon Network. I've always been Nick until, like, when Nick Jr. came on, of course I had to go to Cartoon Network. When Nick at Night came on, and when Nick used to do that Worldwide Day of Play, that used to piss me off.
Nick News was terrible. too.
Yeah, so I would
Teen
always jump to Cartoon
Titans.
Network. But I'll say this.
That was great.
Teen Titans Go was even good.
Teen Titans Go has some bangers.
It had some bangers.
It has some bangers. But I'll say this. There is one show that rises above anything Cartoon Network ever did.
What, SpongeBob?
No. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah. 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 Avatar is definitely number one among all the cartoons
Yes.
of that era, easily. I will not debate you on that. Avatar's number one. I can argue. I'm not a SpongeBob fan, but I can see people arguing that SpongeBob is number two.
SpongeBob's longevity is
Absolutely.
insane. It's been on since 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
I have been I see it on my screen here. I've been watching Ben 10 lately. Ben 10 was dope.
I didn't watch.
I never watched it.
Ben 10 was dope.
Mikkel was really into Ben 10 at one point in time. I never watched
What
it.
about Danny Phantom?
I never watched
Danny
that.
Phantom was dope.
Was it? I didn't
Danny
watch it.
Phantom was a good show.
But seriously, you talk. It's really Cartoon Network, Tim.
They have Ed, and Eddie ranked at 15 for Cartoon Network. That's insane.
That should be in the Mount Rushmore for Cartoon
That's
Network.
insane.
But,
Yeah, 100% it should be.
oh, this guy Space Ghost over there. He just passed too.
Did he?
The guy that did the voice for Space Ghost.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
Yeah.
like
But,
Adventure Time. I'm not even an Adventure Time fan.
I didn't watch that, so
Adventure
I can't
Time and
really
Regular
say
Show
much
are
about
great
it.
shows.
I never watched any of them.
Regular
Show,
Show's
Adventure
one of the
Time,
best shows ever.
Steven Universe. Those are all up there for some people. I've never watched them.
Oh, C Lab. I forgot all about C
Uh,
Lab.
That's one of
Grim
Yeah.
Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
I said that was trash.
No, it's
You're out of your mind.
Terrible show. I'm sure Jazz is gonna say something about that.
Showdown. I don't think so. I've been watching. I watched it not too long ago. Billy's one of the best characters. Chowder was great. But I'll say that like as adults, like it's on like Max. Just watch Regular Show. They're only like 15-minute episodes. But like just watch it. You'll love it. It's literally the most chaotic show ever put on TV.
Yeah,
And-
but like, I'm sorry, Tim. It's
All right, let's see. I got Nick's best here too. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, there's Doug.
SpongeBob,
yeah,
Doug,
yeah.
Hey Arnold,
I can see that.
Rugrats,
I can see that.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
I did not like the Wild Thornberrys.
I did not
Me
either.
I might
neither.
be okay. Eliza was the worst character ever made to me.
I didn't like Wild Thornberries either.
I hated Eliza so much. Cat Dog.
That was okay.
I didn't like that either.
Cat Dog was kind of funny.
It was
though.
cool, yeah.
Rocket Power.
That was my shit. Top 5 Nicktoons.
Rocco.
Top number 2.
Bro, I forgot about Action
Yes,
League now.
great.
That show was wild.
It was.
That show was
I saw parts of it. I didn't really watch.
I didn't like Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers was great.
No, it wasn't.
I couldn't get it. I couldn't get into
Angry
it.
Beavers was great.
Great show.
Ren and Stimpy was terrible.
No, it was great.
Ren and Stimpy was garbage.
No, it was not. No,
Ren
it
and
wasn't.
Stimpy was garbage.
Right.
It was just a bunch of sexual innuendo.
Awful.
It was
All Real
terrible.
Monsters, great
Top
show.
tier. That's
Top
great.
5.
That's great.
Jimmy Neutron, pretty decent.
I thought Jimmy Neutron was Disney.
No.
No, okay.
Danny Phantom was a great show. Jazz said she liked it. I never liked this Told by Ginger. I hated.
I never
I didn't.
heard of
My
that.
sister watched it. I didn't.
I hated the way they were drawn. Her little best friend, this blonde one right here, was fucking bitch. She was horrible. And then this little annoying nerd,
Yeah.
Avatar.
Avatar's number 1.
It's the perfect show.
It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Vader Zim.
I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch most. I saw an episode here or there, and it had me chuckle.
I have a Gur shirt. I think I'm gonna wear it next time.
My friend Black, he loved Gurr. I remember all growing up. That was okay.
I don't remember watching all. I remember seeing it, but I never watched it.
No.
I didn't watch it, but I know it existed.
I did not.
My
watch
Life is a Teenage Robot was.
I think
was
my
okay.
daughter watched a little bit of that. I didn't really watch it. I saw an episode here or there.
It felt more like they were trying to like capitalize on like the Powerpuff Girl kind of trend thing. Even though she was like a robot, it was just like superhero girl saving it. You know, Chalk Zone was great.
I never even
Didn't
heard
watch.
of
I
that.
know what it is. I didn't
Chalk
watch
Zone was
it.
great.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah. He basically he had a piece of chalk that took him to like the chalk world, and he could draw whatever it is he wanted in that world, and it was chaos. You know, imagine
All right.
the kids' imagination just.
So, all right. So if we're basing it off the cartoons, obviously Cartoon Network has a better variety of stuff, but I think Nickelodeon has better heavy hitters.
I agree. I like I said, I was always Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Their tops are the tops. Yes. There's nothing anywhere that's beating Avatar.
Doug.
No,
I just want to get off.
There's nothing, no cartoon beating.
Not even Teen Titans?
Not even Teen Titans. Young Justice had the potential,
Okay.
but it fell off.
It fell off really.
After season 2, it just wasn't as strong.
This is Samurai Jack is the number 1 Cartoon Network show.
Samurai Jack was dope, though.
Samurai Jack was incredible.
Yeah, it was dope.
The art style is what was incredible to me, is the fact that he did. If you look at that picture, there's no outline.
Yeah, I know. There was never any outlines.
He never the artist never did outlines. He drew everything in just the colors. There's no black outline to anything.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Yeah, it is. So, here's my perspective. Well, like I said before,
Samurai Jack was on for 15 years?
they brought it
What?
back. No,
It says 2001 to 2016.
yeah, but I think it
Okay.
went away. Then they made a comeback.
I was about to say,
yeah, I remember when
what?
they made a comeback. But now, if you want to add Toonami in there with Cartoon Network, and you want to add on the Nick at Night stuff and Nick Jr. with Nickelodeon stuff, I'm still going Nickelodeon. Just because, hold on, because when I was in high school, I watched a lot of Nick at Night because they put a lot of good shows at the time on Nick at Night. Because you had like the Jeffersons, Three's Company, the Cosby Show. Like I watched all that. You know.
See,
but then
the only
you
reason
talking
I
about-
won't include Nick at Night is because most of those shows didn't premiere there.
Yeah, this is true, but that's where I.
They just reboot. They just was replays.
But
So
at that
yeah,
point, with Cartoon Network, you're talking about Robot Chicken, you're talking about
Right.
Dragon Ball Z,
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon at that point. So it's like,
And by the way, Robot Chicken I liked Robot Chicken.
That's why they-
it was
The first
was,
couple seasons were great.
now
and
the
then
other shows they start doing that. Tim and Eric, awesome job.
man, that
I
hot
don't
dog
even know what
show.
that is.
No, wait a minute. The hot dog episode was great.
That show was
Me
terrible.
and Hawk used to watch that
show was
hot dog
I don't even know
episode
what
over
you're talking about.
and over.
Dude, they must own stake at Cartoon Network or something because they kept getting their own shows, like multiple shows, and they were never funny. Like these dudes were
The
weird,
hot
man.
dog episode was
Who?
funny. Tim and Eric. Tim and Eric's awesome show. Great job.
I don't know who they are.
It came out
They
like
had like
2007.
7 shows on
Yeah.
Cartoon Network at one point, and it was just like I remember the one weird show where the dude was like, he had like a snake arm and was like, he was like brown, and I'm gonna find it. I can't, dude. It was like they did have moral oral, and that show was funny as hell. Do you remember that show?
No, I don't remember
It
that
was the
one.
little kid. He was like trying to be Christian.
No.
It was moral oral, and it is the complete opposite. Like he's trying to be Christian, but everything in his like life is just fucked up. It's hilarious.
But yeah, and then like also Nick just had great kid shows too.
This show,
like no, I don't remember that.
It was called Renegade Angel. It's terrible.
I don't know.
It looks terrible.
It was awful.
It looks awful.
It was like they always like Adult Swim always has like these random shows at like the end of the night, and they're just the worst things ever. And it's like, how did these people even like Super Jail? You remember that one?
No,
that was terrible. You don't need to.
Yeah,
but like,
I remember Tim and Eric.
That show was awful.
Great. I gotta show Malik the hot dog.
Yeah, these two dudes, like they kept getting like shows all the time. Like
I have no idea who they are, and it's like it looks stupid.
If I show you the hot,
it was very.
If I show you the hot dog episode, you're gonna be like it's stupid because my humor is a little different.
Yeah,
I find like the dumbest stuff hilarious.
You find some of the dumbest shit. Not only funny, you find it almost like crying type hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know. They had way too much stuff. Aqua Teen.
I forgot about Aqua
wasn't
Teen.
too bad.
That wasn't really my cup of tea.
I wonder how the banana hammock episode would work out these days.
Oh, when Carl was in the thing.
Yeah, he's getting raped by the banana hammock. He kept going tonight.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I wonder how that would work in 2025.
Dude, I just started watching The Office again for the millionth time, and it's just every time I watch it, I'm like, man, can't do that today. Can't do that today. So,
you still need to watch that.
I tried.
Just
my cousin texted me the other day, and she's like, "Was that you that really loves The Office?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "This is my first time watching the show, and I'm in tears." And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I was like, what episode are you watching?" She was like, "The Benjamin Franklin episode." I was like, "I just seen that yesterday, like the day before she texted me." I was like, "I just seen that yesterday."
Oh, goodness.
You remember that?
I don't remember.
They ordered strippers to the office.
Yeah.
Jim called the Scholastic Book
Yeah.
He got Benjamin Franklin there, and they think he's a stripper.
Oh my goodness.
That episode is hilarious.
But anyway, I know we off topic there, but Nickelodeon had a lot of good just shows too, like just like the
their TV shows.
My Brother and Me was great. I hate that
My Brother and Me was so great.
I hate that it was only one season.
I just seen Alfie's a cop. No.
Dee Dee's a cop.
Dee Dee's a cop.
So I'm actually friends with Dee Dee and Alfie on Facebook.
Oh, really?
And yeah, Dee Dee's a cop. He was like in Atlanta or something.
Yeah.
And then Alfie lives in Texas, I believe. But that's when I was on my big fan days back. I was like, oh, it's Alfie and Dee Dee, but they added me, so you know what I mean. And
I loved, and you know what? I remember when I was younger. I want to say I was probably in like early middle, or late elementary. And I remember like talking to someone, and I was like, "You remember My Brother and Me?" And all my friends was like, "No." And I'm like, "Did I hallucinate this show?"
No.
Then of course you get older and the internet comes,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. Yeah, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that show now." And I'm like, "How did y'all forget that?" I was like,
It was a great
love
show.
This show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cousin Skeeter.
Cousin Skeeter was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I liked Cousin Skeeter.
I seen some girl, she did like on TikTok the other day, she did the top theme songs. And she did Disney versus Nickelodeon.
Okay.
And she picked Drake and Josh, she picked Drake and Josh, iCarly, and Zoe 101 as the best theme songs ever for Nick. And I was like, no.
Drake and Josh did kind of slap there.
Sure. Cousin Skeeter?
No, I wasn't better than Cousin Skeeter or all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not.
Cousin Skeeter, all that. Remember Taina? I was like,
Yeah.
yo, I was like, all these songs are better than all 3 songs you put on there. I'm like, how did you? What were you doing here? Like,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, when I went in the house as a kid, I was turning on Nickelodeon. I wasn't turning on Cartoon Network
I was turning on Cartoon Network.
unless that Worldwide Dad Play was on. That used to piss me off. You remember that?
A little bit.
When Nickelodeon would like it would go off for like 2 hours, and it would be like, go outside and play.
Yeah,
I'd be like, shut up! I just came in. Like, I just want to watch TV.
Right.
Like, I don't want to.
Afternoon with Stick Stickly.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember Stick Stickly?
Vaguely.
Face in the morning?
Yeah.
Hey there, face here. You're watching Nick Jr.
The only thing I could really watch on Nick Jr. was Tiny Toons Adventure. No, what was it? Baby. It was like Baby Tiny Toons or whatever it was.
But I thought Baby Looney Tunes.
Baby Looney
Was
Tunes.
that on? I thought that was on Cartoon Network.
No, there was one on Nick, and then it was Franklin was the other one I used to watch. Actually, Little Bear. I used to watch
Little Bear, Franklin. My sister watched that. When I watched Nick Jr., I watched Little Bits. Do you remember that, Malik?
Vaguely.
I don't expect you to remember that. David the Gnome.
I hated David the Gnome.
I love that
That
show.
show was weird.
It was, but you know, but yeah, I watched that.
Hey, it was Baby Looney Tunes. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, Baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah, but I watched David the Gnome and Little Bits, and then watched Gullah Gullah Island.
I used to love Gullah Gullah Island.
I used to love Gullah Gullah.
I used to try to flip around like Benya. Couldn't do it.
My sister, you really love Gullah Gullah Island.
The youngest one.
Yeah, my younger sister.
They're bringing that back.
Gullah Gullah?
Yeah, they're bringing that back.
I heard rumors about it. I didn't know if it was official.
There was a video or something. Yeah, they were.
Because you know how the internet always makes up stuff. So
yeah, I watched that. I didn't watch Animorphs. That was kind of dumb.
All right, so
I liked Animorphs.
So
I love the books.
I never found out what happened to the dude that like turned into the Raven. It was like a Raven too long. He was like stuck. Did he ever like go back to being a kid?
I
can't remember.
Okay. I got to look that up because I rarely ever think about Animorphs, but that's the first thing I think.
There was another show. There was 2 shows. One I remembered was called 100 Ds for Eddie McDowell.
Oh my God, that show was stupid.
Yeah, Seth Green did the voice for the dog.
Was that Seth Green? I didn't remember. Yeah,
but
he turned into a dog. Yeah, and he had to do
100 Ds. But they never got to 100 because the show got canceled.
No, they got to like 84
or something. Yeah, and then the other show, my friend Justin actually reminded me about. It was called Caitlin's Way. It was a gothic girl from New York, and she ended up living with some relatives in Montana, and she rode this horse.
I don't remember that.
If you look at the pictures, you might remember it, like if you Google it, but I forgot all about that.
What is it called?
Caitlin's Way. It didn't last long, obviously, but yeah, it was her. Like, she was like a gothic girl, and she moved to like Montana or something, and she was like, she fell in love like with that horse. Like she like bonded with the horse.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't remember this at all.
It came on like when Eddie McDowell was on like in the early 2000s with like, you know, Amanda Show and all that stuff, and around that time.
Yeah,
I don't know. Alex Mack.
Yes, I had a big
Mack.
crush on her, especially in 10 Things I Hate About You. When she was in 10 Things I Hate About You, I had a big crush on her.
And Clarissa Explains It All.
That was my first crush.
All right.
Hey, Sam.
Really? That was your first?
I'm 6, yeah. And then Kenan and Kel.
Topanga.
I'm like the only dude. I've never seen it with her.
What, Topanga?
Never seen it. Still,
she's fine.
The eyes. It's the eyes.
She's average to me. My first crush was Ashley. So,
I mean, that's not a bad pick.
We're talking about from Tatiana, right?
Tatiana, yeah. That's not a bad pick at all. She still looks great.
Yeah.
Then Lisa Bonet from Different World.
That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad first.
Aaliyah was one of my first ones.
She was so fine.
Yeah, she was.
But anyway, back on topic.
But you watch Kenan and Kel, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Kenan and Kel was
I
great.
like Kenan and Kel.
Yeah.
Like
I remember when they announced that they were going to start showing replays on Nick. I texted my wife like, they're putting Kenan and Kel back on TV.
Honestly, like growing up, I was like, Kel is going to be like this huge star.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to he's gonna be everywhere all
Right, right.
Like when that didn't come and Keenan became the bigger star, I was
Yeah.
just like, how?
I think he just walked away.
No,
If my memory is correct, Kel just kind of.
he was on Club Shay Shay about a year ago, and I watched that, and he went through a lot of personal stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was one of the producers really screwed him up, messed him up. His longtime girlfriend and wife was cheating on him and getting pregnant by other men.
Yeah, I did hear that. I
Yeah,
remember him saying
wow,
that.
yeah.
And everybody's like, I don't think you should have told that on that show.
Yeah,
I miss secrets.
And he was talking about one of his best friends got murdered or something like that. He was
he did come back and was on another Nick show not too long ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
okay.
He was the dad on some show. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
he was also on 1-on-1, the very terrible last season.
I liked 1-on-1.
I loved Kyla Pratt. I had a big crush on her too.
So did I.
Kyla Pratt.
She still looks good.
Still looks good.
Still
I
looks
see her
good.
on IG.
Yep.
But no, the very last season, whenever she moved to LA or whatever it was, Kel was the crappy landlord. They were that little beach house they were living at or whatever.
I don't even know if I remember that.
Yeah, that way you don't need to. It was terrible.
I do. The one dude, I still call him Arnaz because I have no clue what his real name is.
Oh, Bobby from Cousin Skeeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I call him Arnaz. He was Arnaz in 1-on-1.
Yeah.
He definitely was in Cousin Skeeter first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Megan Good.
Megan Good.
One of my first.
Yeah,
also because of Cousin Skeeter.
Yes, because of Cousin Skeeter.
Still to this day, my first round draft pick.
No, when she 21.
As long as I ain't got to dress like Jonathan Majors.
21 questions.
Huh?
That's
Oh, yeah.
I really like because she I guess after Cousin Skeeter, I know she was doing other stuff. I know she's on My Wife and Kids and stuff like that, but she really stood out to me because she was in the 21 Questions music video.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is that Megan Good? Damn, she's fine. So, yeah.
And then in Waist Deep.
Yeah, Malik
You never seen that movie?
We talked about that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, don't worry, you ain't missed nothing. Wow. Yeah, I'm a Nickelodeon person.
Yeah, same.
Cartoon Network.
Late night, if I have to choose, of course I'd pick Cartoon Network because I didn't want to watch I Love Lucy or MASH.
No, when MASH came on, it was time to turn the TV off. But no, Nick at Night in the early 2000s was slapping.
Mm.
It was.
Okay, good.
It was.
Still Cartoon Network.
I just think if I had to pick out of these top shows, if I had to pick the top 3, I think they all would come from Nickelodeon.
I disagree. Top 1 is coming from Nickelodeon. That's absolute certain.
I'm putting Rugrats over everything on Cartoon Network.
No, Ed, Ed and Eddie's way better. Ed, Ed and Eddie is way better than Rugrats.
No,
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
it is.
No,
No.
it's not.
Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
not. No, it's
Those scams they did was flawed.
Ed, Ed and Eddie. No,
Yes.
No.
no.
Ed and Eddie's a great show. It's not better than Rugrats.
Yes, it is.
I'm putting Rugrats and Hey Arnold over everything on Cartoon Network.
No, I'm putting Young Justice over Rugrats.
No.
First 2
Only
seasons of
'cause it
Young
got
Justice.
Yeah,
First 2 seasons of Young. I'm talking about the Cartoon Network run. Because remember, season 3 and 4 were Max.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say I just know the whole run.
The Cartoon Network run was season 1 and 2, which was absolutely incredible.
I still ain't putting that over it.
I'm putting it over Rugrats.
We already know how I feel about Rugrats.
Teen Titans is up there.
Yeah, but you think Doug was a...
It's the #1 Nicktoon. We've
Doug's
already
not even
discussed
top
this.
5. Nick
Yes,
Doug.
it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I'm not talking Disney Doug. I'm just talking the Nickelodeon Doug.
Nope, count the whole run.
No, I can't.
You count when they went to high school in the shape of BB's head,
Oh my
and Roger was rich all of a sudden.
He was.
That show was... No.
man.
I never
Literally,
watched
Doug
Disney's
was-
Doug.
Doug was 90% of him like, oh, Patty. And then the music, oh.
Hey,
Like, no.
I fell for Doug, man.
No.
Doug was good, but it's not top.
That man went in his closet and had
The same
700
clothes.
of the same outfit.
Yes, he did.
No. No.
Well, at least you knew his clothes was clean.
Yeah.
No. Doug.
You wouldn't want a neighbor like Mr. Dink? Man. Mr. Dink was that dude.
Phoebe
Okay.
was the best
Good for
part
him.
of the show.
Who?
Phoebe. Wasn't that his sister's name?
No, Judy.
Judy. My bad, Judy.
Her little poetry thing.
She was high all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
or his mother, either one.
That definitely ain't above Hey Arnold though.
Yes,
or
it is.
Rugrats. What?
Yeah, I told you it's the number one Nicktoon.
No,
Then
it's
Rocco's
not.
at number 2, and Hey Arnold's at 3.
We can no longer make lists because of
Oh, here y'all go. Yeah, y'all still. Oh, here y'all. Oh, you're mad about the blood sports.
There'll be no more lists.
Lists
are
man.
There'll be no more lists on the RDR podcast.
Tim's list.
Because of Tim.
I think we have to do more lists because just so people can be like, we know Tim's list is going to just be absurd.
Oh my goodness.
So they're just waiting for the absurdity to come out of Tim's list.
My lists are fire, man.
Like if I was a listener and I didn't know, I would listen to Tim's list and be like, the purest of cocaine was saying before he made that list.
Man. But yeah, so also other than that, like I still pick Nick, man.
It's Cartoon Network.
I definitely would pick Nick.
It's Cartoon Network.
Really, Our Parents was a great show.
It was. I mean, obviously,
I was good.
It was obviously I was a little older when it came on, but I didn't. I was like, this show's really kind of dope. Actually, I was like, I messed with it.
I ain't gonna lie. When Wild Thornberries used to come on, I used to hope something was good on Cartoon Network so I could change the channel.
I always change the channel. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did watch a bunch of the episodes, but Eliza used to piss me off so much. It was ridiculous. Like, you gonna kill your whole family for these animals? What is wrong with you? So,
Well, they brought Donnie with them.
well, anything else on that?
No, that was really it. I mean, so you mean you picked Nick and he picked Cartoon Network.
Well, all right. Let's complain about the complainers. The most annoying fan bases.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna just throw this out there right away. You Batman fans are going to be on this list.
Batman fans, of course. Batman and Goku fans is 100% on this.
Of course,
on this list.
Okay.
You two are the worst. You two are the worst.
Oh, if he gets prep time, well, shut up. He's human.
Yeah. Love the character, but the fans is just.
I like Batman.
Right.
I love
I
Batman.
don't dislike Batman.
Right.
I do hate how he does like just be boxing with gods, and it's like, bro, you should not be that guy.
Right.
Like, I know you are, but you just shouldn't. That's why I love the episode of Justice League where was it the little Canadian maple leaf dude? You know what I'm talking about, Malik? Where he was like, you all think Batman's the greatest superhero, and Aquaman's like, cause he is. And then he's like, he doesn't even have any power, and he put his fist up to him, and he's like, boom, you're dead. Boom, you're dead. Boom.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't remember that clip?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to find that after we're done recording.
Yeah, I definitely have to show you, like, and like Aquaman and all of them, they're like, he is the greatest hero of all time. And it's like, he's like, you don't even have any powers.
Right.
You know? Or, what is it? Oh, he has a contingency plan for everyone. He's great.
He has a contingency plan for everyone he's met and figured out.
Give it time.
But you'll be like, in a random encounter, who wins? And they'll be like, well, Batman.
In a random encounter,
yeah.
Batman's getting folded by like 95% of the people.
Right. Oh, but he can take on Superman. Superman doesn't really try to kill him.
Right.
Like, Superman can literally just punch a hole in him and it's over. Like,
he chooses to let him have a chance.
Yeah. And Superman has a obvious weakness.
Right.
Like, everyone knows it's kryptonite. Like,
but also random. If it's a random encounter, meaning they don't know each other, Batman don't know that shit.
Right. But it'll be like dumb stuff like, who wins in a random encounter, Batman or Hulk? And you're like, Hulk will rip him in half and throw his body to different parts of the earth, like he did Wolverine. And they'll be like, well, Batman fights Superman, who's stronger than the Hulk. Yeah. And it's like, Hulk doesn't have a kryptonite.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? And so.
Yeah, Batman fanatics are terrible.
Yeah.
They are. They were number one on mine.
Definitely one of the worst fan bases.
Goku is the very next one.
He's on there too.
But can he beat Goku though?
Yeah.
In some cases, Yeah, he's getting folded.
Goku never beat Vegeta,
Never did.
so there's that.
But Vegeta
Honestly-
gets folded up by everybody that Goku beats. So
Honestly,
by transitive property,
that's true too.
Vegeta will get folded.
Honestly, I hate, and I mentioned this, I hate power scalers. So
Yeah.
Right.
especially the ones that, Goku is double universal and he can blow up 2 universes. Have we seen him do it? Shut up.
Yeah.
like,
No, I'm with you.
like
man.
I hate people like that. You be
Yeah,
like,
don't- You can only scale based off of what you've seen them actually do.
right. Like they'll be fighting a character and you're like, this character can rewrite history, history or do this, and that because we've seen them do it. Well, Goku could blow up 7 planets with just a sneeze if he wanted to. What? Like,
Yeah, they're doing transitive property because Vegeta blown up a planet.
yeah.
He's beaten people who's beaten Vegeta. So by transitive properties, he can blow up a planet.
I get that, but we've never seen him blow up a universe.
yeah,
Like, if you want to say they can blow up a planet, sure. We have not seen a command man strong enough to just wipe out an entire universe.
I think they're well, that's a galaxy. That's not a universe. So,
Right.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
never mind.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, he's universal.
Well, speaking of, since we're on Dragon Ball, can we throw Vegeta fans in there too?
No.
Oh yeah, no, y'all are
No.
annoying. Yeah, he doesn't get his time to shine. He never gets
because
his
he
time to
should get it.
shine. He
He
gets
should.
his time to shine. He beat Toppo. Oh, that wasn't good enough because he didn't
No.
beat Jiren. Man, I'm tired of that. Yo, he's just nah.
They're talking
That's
about
a secondary character.
Look,
didn't
man.
nobody care about Toppo.
Toppo was solid, man.
Didn't nobody care about Toppo.
Toppo
was solid, man. But
He was solid, but he
y'all
was still a
Vegeta
secondary
fans are
character.
annoying though. Y'all are. It's
No.
horrible. No, he belong. Y'all belong. They belong. on
Look,
this
all
list.
I'm saying.
No, they
look,
don't.
Yeah, they do.
Of all the people on this list,
I'm not
Yeah.
saying Vegeta needs his time to shine. I think he should get it, but I think it needs to be someone besides Goku. I don't care. It could be
Yes.
Gohan. It could be it can't be Yamcha. But
Oh yeah.
they've destroyed Yamcha to the point that even if he somehow found some sort of power up that made him stronger than Goku, he'd still be the brunt of everyone's joke.
well, they made a Funko Pop of him dead. It doesn't
Yeah.
get any worse.
That's what I mean.
Like,
He's become such the butt of the joke that no matter what anyone could try to do to repair him, there is no repairing him. They can have him find some sort of magical item that makes him slump everyone, and they'll still be like, "Yeah, well, you still got slumped by the Cybermen."
yeah.
Like there's no repairing his.
I'm gonna just throw this
View.
out here since we're talking about worst fans. LeBron fans.
It's on the list. It's on the list.
I'm
LeBron-
sorry.
LeBron fans are terrible.
I'm sorry. So y'all know I've been a Laker fan my entire life. When I was in the academy, my boy, he used to be like, "Oh, Lakers suck, blah blah blah," and talk so much stuff on the Lakers. He's a LeBron fan. The day LeBron switched, he gonna call me like, "I'm a Laker fan now," and I'm like, "Bro, screw you." We all know a dude who I call him LeBron's baby mama because he loves LeBron as if he done blessed his life.
The man wakes up at 3:00 in the morning. It's the first thing on his mind. He posts about LeBron.
LeBron
It's
is
trifling.
LeBron
That's
is his
weird.
god.
Yeah.
It is. I think he would sacrifice his kids to LeBron. That's
Yeah.
how weird this dude is.
He idolizes LeBron, but he hates Mike Tomlin with a passion.
That's weird. But
There's just no balance there.
hands down, LeBron fans. And I get it. So, my girls for flag football were mad at me because we actually have a play called LeBron, and they was like, "LeBron's the GOAT," and I was like, "No," and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "If you weren't there to see it, then you wouldn't know." And I was like, "No." So the one girl she asked me yesterday. She said, "Who's your GOAT?" I said, "Do you want to know who my GOAT is, or do you want to know who the GOAT is?" And she was like, "Aren't they the same?" And I was like, "No."
No.
I was like, because the truth is, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And she was like, "Okay, I accept that." She's like, "Who's your GOAT?" I was like, Kobe Bryant.
Bryant.
And she was like, "Why?" And she was like, "I accept both of those answers." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Kobe's my GOAT." I was like, I watched Kobe
Right.
carry teams. I watched Kobe do stuff that didn't seem possible.
Right.
I was like, I watched Kobe carry arguably the two worst rosters to 2 championships. And I'm not saying LeBron's not great. I have LeBron as 3. But for some reason, that's not good enough for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's one or nothing.
Yeah.
It's one or you're wrong in most people's
Here's
minds.
my thing. Outside of Kevin Durant, no one has had more help than LeBron.
Yes. I agree.
There's only been 2 players in the history of the NBA to win multiple championships without another top 75 teammate. Kobe and Steph. And Steph is doing it against LeBron.
Right.
This is LeBron's era, and I'm not talking about obviously today. He's 40 now, but this was LeBron's era, and Steph rode up in there and was like, "Hey, I'm also going to take this era."
You know, I also think GOATs go by generations. Because
I can accept that
believe
too.
it or not, there's a lot of older men that actually prefer Magic as the greatest Laker. They don't even like. I know, like there's a lot like our age people consider it as Kobe, but if you talk to some of them older, they'll tell you it's Magic.
You know what I think the problem is when it comes to Kobe? ESPN has tried to basically tell us that Kobe just wasn't good.
Which is a complete lie.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe was the bad guy. I get it. But, like, if you look at, like, the ESPN list, they'll be like, Kobe's the 3rd best Laker behind Magic and Shaq.
Or Kareem or
Yeah. It'll be like a list, and they'll be like, oh, Kobe's not top 10, he's 12. And I'm like,
yeah, they always have him like 8 or 9 or something like that.
But every player who played in that era is like, how are y'all keep leaving Kobe out? How do you keep leaving Kobe out? Hey, here's my thing. If you say Jordan is the greatest ever and Kobe is the closest thing to Jordan, how is he not
number 2? Yeah.
Or at least close to number 2.
Exactly. How is he not top 5? It makes no sense. But
and why does Kareem never get talked in the GOAT discussion when he's like literally the most accomplished basketball player?
So,
which is crazy to me. I know he played in a different era. And look at Wilt. I know he played with a bunch of uncoordinated people.
I ain't hearing that. You got to play who you play against.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't hearing all that dumb stuff.
Wilt technically had a quintuple double, but it was never technically. They didn't do assists at the time or something.
I will say this new generation is like real disrespectful to the past.
Oh, for sure.
Like they're like, we're not acknowledging it. Oh, they were all plumbers, and Jordan played against plumbers. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
they were all.
Did you see? Tim Hardaway went on, I think is it Jeff Teague's podcast and went off on them.
Oh no,
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, went off on Halliburton, right? On Tyrese Halliburton.
No, he went off on them because they kept disrespecting the older players, saying, "Oh, they played against no one."
Right.
And when he went on their podcast and called them out to their face, like the fuck y'all talking about?
Right.
I seen a stat that was like Jordan played against like a bunch of the guys. It was like however many of the top 10 steals leaders, the top 10 like point scorers. Like there was he played against a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And it was like, what are you talking about? They played against nobody. And it was
like they were talking about the final people, the finals, who he played against in the finals. When he played the Lakers, I think he was being guarded by Byron Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Byron Scott wasn't no scrub. He was part of the Showtime Lakers.
So here's my thing. I seen a picture, and it was Jordan shooting over this dude, and they was like, this dude looks like a science teacher. Look at him. And my little cousin posted it like, yeah, we not acknowledging who Jordan played against, blah, blah, blah. We not acknowledge. So all I did was just post a picture of JJ Barea.
But Jason Terry, too.
I was like, I'm just going to let that. But JJ Barea looks like he should be working at like a newsstand in New York or something.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I was just like, here you go.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all always want to like rewrite history.
Right.
It. Like, you can do that today also. Like, you can look at people and be like, they look like they ain't supposed to be there.
Yeah, like, Jordan went against Clyde Drexler, who was not a scrub. Gary Payton, who was not a scrub. Jeff Hornacek,
Jeff Hornacek
he was a good player. He had a good shot.
If you listen to other players from that generation talk about him, they're like, he was a fucking menace.
Yeah, and that's who was guarding Jordan in his last 2 title runs he got. And them Utah teams were good. So these guys are not scrubs just because they don't shoot threes all day like what you see now. And You know, like it's ridiculous. But then, like, look at all the LeBron's final losses. Jason Terry tore him up in that finals. So did JJ Barea, and then when Kawhi got him in the 2014 one, you know, Andre Iguodala got him in 2015. You know, like
I respect LeBron. I think he's one of the greatest
Absolutely.
of all time.
He's just
But
not one.
His fans are so
Delusional.
yes, and it's insane. Like they'll completely revise history. Like, oh well, LeBron had to do it by himself. When? I'm a Laker fan and I barely count that Mickey Mouse ring. That was legit a Mickey Mouse ring. They had it down in Florida. Like,
yeah, right.
what are you like? I'm like, you went with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and had the second greatest shooter of all time on that team.
Absolutely.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Like, and then you promised your team was so good. You promised not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. Like,
that ridiculous pep rally they had.
Yeah, and then you got 2 rings out of it. Yeah, they're great, but when you overpromise and underdeliver,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Then you had Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Yep.
Like, again, great players.
Absolutely.
And then you got to the Lakers and you got AD, and
he will destroy a team to get a championship.
Right. And I'm not saying he's not great. Again, because even with all that help, you still need to be able to win.
Right.
That's why Kevin Durant's not that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, like when Kevin Durant was in college, I was like, this dude is going to be the best player ever. I thought he was that dude. And he's not that guy. Like you look how much help Kevin Durant has had.
He can be the integral piece to take a team over the hump, but he's not the guy that you're like, okay, if we want to start a championship team, who's our first guy to pick?
Right.
Not him.
Right.
But if you're like, hey, we need one more piece, we need a little bit more scoring, who do we get? Get KD.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all he had to do in Golden State. All he had to do was just shoot.
Yep.
He had to do nothing else. You know, and you see him now in Phoenix? He look miserable as hell.
Another fan base, and I'm going to do this for my boy Eric Pennington. Steeler fans that don't live in Pittsburgh. Shut up.
I'd rather talk to the ones outside of Pittsburgh than Pittsburgh.
They don't be knowing nothing, and they go, oh man, but they don't even like this player down there. But what? Since when? You don't know anything. You don't see the news like we do with everything going on in this city. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Eric always be like, anytime he's arguing with a Steeler fan, he clicks into their profile and they be like North Carolina. He'd be like, I'm not talking to you no more. I'm not talking to you no more. Like, yeah.
But the Pittsburgh fans here in Pittsburgh is annoying too.
Yeah, they are.
They're awful.
Packers fans are the worst too. I don't really have a reason. I just want to say it.
You just want to say it because I'm a Packers
Lambeau
fan.
Leap is stupid.
They're gonna ban that next.
Don't be mad because the Packers is cool. You know, don't no one have no issues with the Packers.
First of all, don't nobody even know where Green Bay is.
First of all, I know where Green Bay is. Second of all, that's not the point.
Wisconsin.
It's not the point. Point is, no one ever has an issue. Well, let me rephrase that. No one ever had an issue of me being a Packers fan until that Super Bowl.
Yeah, because everyone came out of nowhere. I've always been a Packers fan. I've been a Packers fan since they won Super Bowl 31.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about with me in general.
Except for Bears fans, Vikings fans.
I'm talking about that I've met. No one cares about the Bears. They haven't been relevant since what?
1985.
Exactly. They had the 1 year where they tried to make it to the Super Bowl and got ran over by Jerome Bettis.
Did you know they said Justin Jefferson already would have like broken all their wide receiving records
if he was on the team?
If he was on the Bears?
Yeah.
He's like 26.
Oh my God.
Jordan Love already has more passing yards in a season than any quarterback in Bears history.
That's because their best quarterback ever is Rex Grossman.
Look at this Super Bowl.
Jay Cutler.
No.
Hey, Jay Cutler, my hero.
Speaking of the Bears, though, because you brought up the Bettis running over Urlacher, remind me when Christmas when that comes up. I always share it every year and tag Jason Nicholas, who's a Bears fan of ours.
No. This year I did for his birthday. I did the Hail Mary against Washington.
Did you?
And I was like, dude, I posted the GIF and it said Happy Birthday on it, and it was just the Hail Mary. Like, dude, they were like 4-2 at that time.
Yeah.
I think they finished the season with like 4 wins, and it was like, what happened?
Yeah, I just felt bad for him week after week. He was just like, bro, I don't know. I felt so bad for him.
I appreciate how they're going all in to protect Caleb Williams.
Yeah, they're having a good offseason.
I want him to be in good health when he becomes a Steeler in
Absolutely.
3 years.
USC product.
just following the trajectory.
Protect my future quarterback.
You know, you had Trubisky, then you had Justin Fields. Now you just waiting for Caleb.
Waiting for it.
Absolutely.
Just like the Jets, they're waiting for Jordan Love.
Yeah.
The Vikings said they will not sign Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Everybody's like, oh. Especially me. Oh my God, I hope the Steelers don't do it.
Yeah, I know, man.
What else you got for fans?
This is another shot at you. Itachi fans. Aren't you a big Itachi fan?
Payne's my favorite character.
I thought it was Itachi.
Well, I like Itachi.
Itachi fans are annoying too. Oh, don't look in his eyes. Oh, if he wasn't sick, he would have killed Sasuke. Blah, 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 blah.
I mean, he would have. That's the fact.
I'm just tired of Itachi fans. Oh, no. No, I
like Itachi.
Yeah, I do too, but his fan base was kind of annoying. They irked me a lot when Naruto was like at its peak.
I mean, mechanically, if you look in his eyes, you're fucked.
Yeah, true. But I was just sick of it, the Itachi nonsense. I had to throw One Piece fans on here. I have to.
Yeah, so
I have to.
I was gonna say One Piece fans, even as a One Piece fan.
Yeah.
But my reason is probably different than yours. So what's your reason?
Mine is when the ones that be like, oh, you got to wait till episode 475 for it. Like, stop telling people that.
Okay, I got a remark on that because people who say, like, I would say, yo, this anime is not good. Oh, you got to wait till episode 500. If you got to wait that long,
exactly,
it's not good.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that.
Personally, I do like One Piece. You didn't like the first arc.
No, I hated it.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed the first arc. What lost the arc that got boring to me was kind of the Syrup Village, a little bit of that. It got a little boring there, and it got a little boring. The Baratier got a little drawn out.
That's when I got into it.
Like the fight with Dawn Krieg just got drawn out. It just took too long, in my opinion.
What locked me into One Piece is when Nami's crying and they're about to go fight Arlong.
At Arlong
and
Park,
you get that scene of like Luffy putting the hat on her.
Yeah. That's episode 34.
Yeah, that's when I got locked in.
Right.
But I mean, that's locked. But I mean, even before then, I found episode 1 of One Piece enjoyable, where he legit was talking to Colby and was like, man, you're annoying. And you're weak. Like, if you ain't gonna do nothing, dog, just go away.
Yeah. I enjoyed it up to that point, but I'm saying that's when I became locked in.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Like, because originally when Tim kept saying, watch One Piece, and I'm like, no. And I was a One Piece hater. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a chance. And I would put it on at night just in the background. And I enjoyed the first episode. And I was like, Zoro seems kind of dope. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But then when that scene happened, I was like, I'm watching One Piece. And I'm locked in and I'm watching from that point on. But my reason for One Piece fans is the ones that go into like the my anime watch list or whatever.
Okay.
And like bomb other animes that are ranked high.
Okay.
So that they can't be ranked higher than One Piece. And that's One Piece and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood fans. Okay. They both do it. But like there'll be animes that'll be like, oh man, this anime is rated at a 9.8. And like, oh, it's 0.1 higher than One Piece. So then they'll go and a bunch of One Piece fans will just bomb their ratings.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's some loser stuff, man.
That's a loser mentality.
Yeah. So like to me, One Piece is my favorite anime. Do I think it's perfect? No.
Hell no.
No.
Frieren, which came on last year, an amazing anime. Do I think it was perfect? No. But do I think it was probably more perfect than One Piece for the short bit that we got, sure.
Right.
Because yeah, it took 4 episodes for me to get into the show, but after that, it was like I couldn't stop watching.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's those kind of fans that get on my nerves.
Absolutely. And Darren, please just admit that you're a fan of One Piece. Just admit it. Like, oh, I don't like it. But you know, someone who doesn't like a show that knows Katakuri's last name. Do you know Katakuri's last name?
No, I'm gonna say, what the hell is Katakuri's last name?
Charlotte.
Oh yeah, duh.
But I sent him a picture right around with Luffy. I was like, hey, do you know this character? Just because I knew he liked it. And he was like, it's Charlotte something. I'm like, how do you know him as Charlotte?
Wow.
No one calls him by his last name.
Right.
And then he was sending stuff in our group chat about One Piece, and Malik was like, Darren, just admit that you like the show.
Yeah.
Just admit it. Like,
there's no,
admit it.
like, you could say, hey, I like the show, but I don't want to commit the time to watching 1,000 episodes, so I watch, little YouTube shorts that basically give me the TLDR
right
version of it.
Right. If you're watching Cliff
That's fine.
Notes, then
That's
you're
fine.
a fan.
You're still a fan.
Yeah. You know, fans have been pissing me off for the last year or so. So I'm just saying both of them. Kendrick and Drake fans.
It's on the list. It's on the list. I got it right here.
All of y'all just need to stop, man.
I agree.
Stop. It is okay to like more than one rapper. It is okay. It's okay. Now me, I've never liked Drake. I never have. I never will. But I don't judge anyone for liking Drake. I don't care if anyone likes Drake. I don't honestly care. If you can't admit that Drake lost, you're an idiot. There's no point of going any further than that. As for Kendrick, I like Kendrick. Is Kendrick my favorite rapper? Absolutely not. Even out of the big three. J. Cole's my favorite, and J. Cole has always been my favorite out of the big three.
Agreed.
But Kendrick, as dope as he is, you have to admit sometimes some of the stuff you put out, you'd be like, I just really don't want to listen to that. I think I pissed a lot of people off on Facebook when I was like, I agree with J. Cole. Good Kid, Mad City was great. To Pimp a Butterfly was not that great on the second listen. I was like, I wasn't going back to replay To Pimp a Butterfly, you know what I mean? And I pissed a lot of people off, but I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'll listen to Kendrick.
Right.
Damn, I'll go back and play, no problem. GNX, I'll go back and play. Was it a perfect album? No. Was it the best album of the year? No. Tyler's was better. So I just hate people that can't be objective with
their fandom.
Their fandom. Like, you have to be completely all in. Like, I'm seeing people that's like, oh man, Drake's gonna perform at the World Cup. He won because it's bigger than the Super Bowl. Not a single American cares.
Facts.
Not a single American cares. And and I'm seeing people who, and I get it. You're a Drake fan, so you can't like Kendrick. That's what you believe in your mind. But you actually can.
Yeah, you can.
You're a Kendrick fan, so you can't like Drake. You can.
They'll take your money regardless.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter, So that's but to me, like, I don't remember it being this, and maybe because it wasn't as much social media, but I don't remember like this much disparage between like the Jay-Z and Nas.
Right.
Like, to me, like you like Nas more.
Yes.
I like Jay-Z more.
Right.
Ether's still on my playlist because it's an amazing song.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't care that it was about Jay-Z. Like, yeah, I just always preferred Jay-Z more than Nas.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Preference. Yeah, just like Biggie and Pac. I prefer Biggie. But I still have a bunch of Pac songs on my playlist. Pac's still a top 5 rapper in my eyes. You know what I mean?
You got my top 5?
I got Pac in top 5.
Okay,
yeah.
No, he dropped based off of stuff you have said. That's actually surprising to me.
So, and that's the thing. That's the same thing when it comes to like Eminem. Eminem, great rapper. Eminem's in my top. But if I say a person's not number one, so they're highly overrated, just because they're not number one, people get so upset and think I hate them, and it's like, no,
right?
I can do Eminem Superman word for word right now, no problem. As well as like I'm a Criminal and like 10 other songs. like Toy Soldiers, all that. But
Right.
But I'll be like, Eminem's not the greatest rapper of all time, and people are like, "Oh, you just hate Eminem because he's white." And I'm like, "What? What?" And so if I put him,
jump to conclusions.
If I put him at 6, they're like, "Oh, you just hate Eminem because he's white." And it's like,
he does have an annoying fan base. His fan base
does,
is really bad.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Eminem, and like I said, I like Eminem. I have a lot of his songs I can go word for word with right now, but a lot of his songs are bullshit too. Like, he spits a lot of bullshit, and it's like,
and what you said, Malik, a lot of rappers spit,
a lot of people. That's the one gripe that I hate, is a lot of people will be like, "Oh, Eminem does a lot of songs where he doesn't say shit," like most rappers do.
Yeah,
like a lot of rap outside of a few people say, like the Pacs, the Kendricks, the J. Coles, and some of the more lesser known, more deep thought type rappers. Most of the people are just saying bullshit.
Yeah.
Most songs are just bullshit. Like 95% of Lil Wayne's discography is him just saying shit.
And Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper.
And I'm not saying Lil Wayne is bad, but a lot of his songs is just him saying shit.
I can understand, but that's what I'm saying. So again, I just sat here and said Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper of all time.
Yeah.
You said 95% of his thing is bullshit. I don't think it's that high, but I'm not going to argue with you, because Lil Wayne does spit a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
But as a fan, I can sit here and say Lil Wayne spits a lot of bullshit. As a fan, I can sit here and say Lil Wayne, my favorite rapper of all time, lost that battle to Gilly the Kid.
I didn't even hear, so I don't even know.
He made
I didn't even know they had a thing going.
Yeah, because apparently Gilly wrote the Carter one, and he this was like 2007, 2008 or whatever, and Gilly dropped "Frontin' Like Your Daddy."
Okay.
You remember that diss track?
A little bit, yeah. Like stunting like my daddy in front.
Yeah, and Lil Wayne's like only response was in Beat Without Bass, where he's like, "I don't have time to deal with." No, it wasn't Beat Without Bass, was it? "I don't have time to deal with Willie the Squid, Lily Pat. Look at the monster. You don't have to." I don't remember which song it was, but I can go through the whole song, but I don't need to right now. But yeah, like that was like the only thing he said was, "I don't have time to deal with Willie the Squid." No, like that was it. Hell, Lil Wayne, in my opinion, lost to the Dream.
Oh, I didn't know he was beefing with the Dream.
Yeah, that song. What was the Dream song? One of his hits.
Falsetto.
No.
I only know Falsetto and the
not Shorty's a 10. The other one.
Those are the only two.
No. It was a Lil Wayne diss.
Those are literally the two. You said Falsetto. You said Shorty. Those are the only Dream songs I know of off the top of my head.
No, what was it? "I Love Your Girl."
Oh yeah,
I Love Your Girl.
You talking about Lauren London?
Nivea.
Okay,
it was Nivea, I believe. I think Lauren London also. No, because I think he was with Lauren, not Lauren London. Was it Lauren London? Or was it Christina Milian?
I know he has a kid with Lauren London. I do know that.
Yeah, so yeah, it was "I Love Your Girl," and then Lil Wayne's response was "Lollipop."
Okay.
And so I'm like,
I didn't even know that.
I didn't even know "Lollipop" was a diss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know "I Love Your Girl" was until like recently either.
Yeah.
It was them going back and forth. That's why he had a girl in "I Love Your Girl" dressed in everything just like Nivea. And when he mentions the girl, what does he say in the lyrics? It's literally he's literally describing her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he said like t-shirt or tank top with the jeans on or something like that. Like, okay. Yeah, so I'm like, but it seems like today fans can't just be like,
they can't be objective.
Yeah, I like this guy and this guy lost.
Can't be objective.
Right.
People can't be objective.
Yeah, absolutely. Today, J. Cole's my favorite rapper, and I can sit here and be like, he was kind of a bitch for bitching out of the
absolutely. I'm still mad about it. Yeah.
See, I have a different opinion on that, but
all right, go ahead. We got
No,
time.
my whole thing is just I felt I understood his stance on it. It's like I would just be doing this just to do it. There's no real beef here for me on my part. And he's like, and I'm not going to sit here and go at someone, possibly personally, when there's really nothing to gain from it. Like it would just kind of be being petty. He's like, and I don't want to be a petty person.
Right. I can get that, but I'm like,
So I'm like, I see that. If he's like, I would just be doing it just to do it.
I can
with
get that.
no real reason behind it.
I can get that, but perception-wise, Kendrick slapped you, and you're just like, okay.
I'm sorry.
You know what I
And
mean?
you apologized
Yeah.
after he dissed you
Yeah, that's
first.
what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
what I didn't like.
See, he didn't he apologized for putting it out. It's not like he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Kendrick, please don't come at me again. It's just like, I put that out. I don't feel like this ain't really what I'm on. I'm trying to be more, I'm trying to be a good example to my kids. This ain't the type of thing I'm trying to be on.
and
I
get that, but all I'm saying is that, like, for perception-wise,
I understand the
that
perception.
You were a part of the beef, and then you're just like, nah, I'm good. Like, as a fan, I can be like, man, that was kind of a bitch move. Like, I get what he's saying, but perception-wise, I can be like, he needs to hold that L.
I understand the perception part. Like, I get the perception part, but I don't like when people take it further than perception. Like, there's people that legit was like, I'm done with J. Cole because he backed out.
That's corny. Yeah. If J. Cole drops an album right now, I'm gonna be like that RDC, and I'm gonna be like,
Jermaine
Cole. Like, Jermaine, he's coming back. He's dropping. Like, and I'm gonna be right back on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's or for instance, my favorite artist, or one of my favorite artists, The Weeknd.
Right.
Love The Weeknd. His last album was trash. I can say that as a fan, and it seems like fans cannot say that now.
Yeah, my wife listened to it. She didn't like it neither.
No, it was trash.
She's like, I don't like this.
I've never heard a Weeknd album to where I've never gone back and re-listened until this one, and I'm just like even Jazz, she's like, I don't like this, and I'm like, no.
See,
like,
I stopped feeling The Weeknd after he stopped making his spooky stripper music. When he started going a little, think his early songs sounded like spooky stripper music.
I'm not disagreeing. It's just crazy that you put it that way. I just always but they're like drug fueled.
But it describes it perfectly, don't it?
That's why it's messing me up.
Spooky stripper music.
Yeah,
it's spooky stripper music.
Yeah.
Often, The Hills, all of those songs. But once he started after Starboy and pretty much on from there, I really didn't feel much of his albums. Now,
so you like Weeknd with the hair?
I like spooky stripper music. Weeknd.
That's the Weeknd.
Except for
he cut his hair off in Starboy.
Yeah.
I like Starboy though.
I couldn't feel Starboy, but what was the next one? Wasn't that My Sweet Melancholy or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
That album I liked. That he kind of started going back to his spooky stripper music a little bit and
this is
being weird.
Album. I'm just like,
but yeah, Starboy was just a little too poppy for me.
I don't get why fans can't criticize people that they're fans of.
Yeah, like I criticized Nas's album. That Street's Disciple was terrible. I didn't like that album at all.
I liked a couple tracks off of it.
As a Jay-Z fan, I hated Kingdom Come.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I didn't like Kingdom Come either.
I didn't like American Gangster either, for that matter.
No, I wasn't that huge on American Gangster either.
I did like Magna Carta though. I did like Magna Carta, and 444 was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 444 was good.
Decent. Which goes actually, the next one is we're back on the music still. True hip hop, so-called true hip hop fans. If you ain't got Rakim, EPMD, KRS-One, Cool Mo D, or LO on your list, you don't know music. You don't know hip hop.
Hey.
Yeah, that's you boomers and Gen Xers.
Hey.
That's who I'm targeting.
I'm a millennial, but Rakim was
absolutely
dope.
I got Rakim. I have
dope.
Yeah,
he's definitely dope.
Paid
but
in Full is in probably my top 10 albums.
Yeah.
But I get what
Daddy
he's saying.
Kane was on
I get what he's saying. It's
I get what he's saying.
if you don't mention, if you put Nas over Rakim, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, no, Nas is better. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
In my opinion, yes.
Yeah, Nas is the GOAT. But
No.
yeah.
No.
I have Nas as the GOAT
Nas is
right
the
now.
GOAT.
I got Rakim as a GOAT.
And I'm not even mad about that.
He was ahead of his time.
I agree 1,000%.
I do
So
agree with
far
that.
ahead of his time.
I do agree with
Like,
that.
I can listen to Paid in Full over and over, that whole album. Like, I'll never get tired of listening to that album. But some of those older fans, it's just, oh, if you ain't got a minute, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You don't know music. You don't know music. And I'm like, guys, come on.
Jay-Z's too. Boom.
No, I don't think I got Jay-Z at
Then
two.
Biggie. Then Pac.
I had to move Pac down, I think. I had to move Pac down. I had Pac in my top five for the longest. But
I think Pac, what Pac did, how do I want to put it? His influence, is so much bigger than a lot of rappers that I have to keep Pac in the top five.
Okay, that's
for
fair.
that. For that,
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think what he did, the way he influenced the culture. But to me, Pac is the greatest character ever created.
See, that's the part where I was like, that's the stance where I was like, oh, I'm surprised that you have Pac so high because of that stance.
That doesn't mean he's not a great rapper. He's just a great character. He's a theater kid. Like, he's a theater kid. He is the greatest. He put on a persona of being a thug, and he lived it out.
He was a thug.
Okay. Have you ever met a theater kid that was a thug? Did you ever see the video of like him and Jada when they're like acting in a thing?
In Baltimore?
Yeah. Did you ever see that like video?
Briefly.
Yeah.
That's not a thug. That's not a thug. He was like 18 in that. That's not a thug at all.
Thug loving.
Like, he put on the perception and tricked the entire West Coast into thinking he was from there.
I love how the West Coast be like, Pac's West Coast. You know he's from Harlem, right?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
He grew up in Baltimore.
It's all right.
Like, no, like, but as a rapper, he's still great.
Okay.
I still think Me Against the World is his best album. I like it better than All Eyes on Me.
Over Machiavelli?
Absolutely. Yeah. But that was it for the music stuff, like as far as like the toxic fan base. Harry Potter, sorry Jazz.
No.
Y'all are bad too.
No.
Yes, y'all are
Leave
bad.
Harry Potter fans out.
No, they're bad.
Leave Harry Potter fans.
I haven't really heard anything about her.
Yeah, when Twilight was in the theaters, oh, y'all were terrible.
Twilight deserves all the slander it gets.
Twilight was terrible.
Thank you.
But
Jameer, my third son that I didn't have nothing to do with making, for some reason, he loves Twilight. Like, I literally come upstairs one day and he's just on the couch watching Twilight. I'm like, why are you watching this? You don't have a girl here. He's like, oh no, I like this movie.
Bro,
why?
When it first came out, I was like, oh, a movie about vampires. So cool.
They
and
twinkle.
I was like, I'm going to get the book, and I'm going to read the book before the movie comes out.
Right.
Halfway through the book, I was like, what am I reading? I was like, these aren't vampires. Like,
they twinkle. They twinkle.
No, they deserve all the hate.
Harry
Potter
fans.
the only Harry Potter fans that need slander are the new ones that's like, oh, J.K. Rowling is a homophobe, so I'm getting rid of everything Harry Potter. Shut up.
J.K. Rowling's a homophobe?
J.K. Rowling, she said some bad things.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and defend her, I guess.
Right.
'Cause I don't know everything she said, but I know one thing people were pissed about is she was like, women are like, or she said trans women aren't women, basically.
Okay.
And people were flipping out about that. I don't know everything she said, so I'm not going to defend her. But I am also a person who believes in separating the art from the artist.
Right.
And most people don't seem to understand that. Like,
I can, depending on the severity of the artist, shall we say.
That's fair.
Like, I'm sorry, I can't separate R. Kelly from...
I'm going to step in the name of love anytime it come on, though. Side to side. round and round, dip it down.
I can't listen to him anymore.
No,
I don't
can't.
listen to R. Kelly like I used to. But
Like with me having a daughter, no, can't do it. Can't do it.
I blame the parents.
The parents are just as culpable.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All they saw was dollar signs on those children.
They're just as culpable. I'm not excusing them either.
Absolutely.
But I'm like, if we like, even when it comes to like movies and stuff, everyone in Hollywood's a terrible person, except Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Apparently,
But like everyone else is just an awful person. So I'm like, the people who are like, man, I can't do it. I'm like, you can't watch anything ever. You can't read books because the authors are all awful people. Like, you just got to sit in a corner, and I'm pretty sure your house was built by a terrible person.
Yeah, most likely. And then I got two more. Star Wars fans.
I don't really see anything.
I understand.
Oh,
I know they're super racist.
Yeah, they are. Do you remember when they showed John Boyega?
Oh yeah, they got.
Because I really feel that he was supposed to be the main lead, and
I think that's just racist in general. I don't think that's Star Wars. I think that's just racist in general because you see that all throughout media. It happened with Star Wars, Assassin's Creed Shadows. The races popped up. You can't have a black samurai, but you can have a white one when it's Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah.
I'll speak more on that in a little bit.
By the way, that game's doing incredibly well, which I'm so happy for.
Rated so high. I'm about to buy it.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted to buy it.
Yeah.
Like it's been rated so high. I'm actually tempted to buy it.
But
and the last one is this one's. I'm throwing myself in here because I was one of the problems. Console fans.
Oh yeah, you were definitely one of the problems.
You still are a problem.
Yeah, you're right.
What did you learn from last 2 weeks ago?
Because everyone knows I'm a big PlayStation fanboy. So, but I was really bad, especially like when the console war was still like super heavy. It's really not
a thing
anymore. But
mainly now it's console versus PC, not console versus console.
I hate the PC people too.
Yeah, they're arrogant.
Man, my PC is so much better. Like
you paid $8,000 for it. It should
be.
I said to some dude, he was like, PC is so much better than PlayStation. I was like, is yours? I was like, is your PC? And he's like, well, what are you trying to say? I was like, is your PC better? I was like, just you specifically. I was like, me, I know my PC's better.
Right.
But I'm not the one making this argument. It's yours better. I was like, I also know how much I paid for mine. Now that I fixed all the problems and it's super fast now, I'm like, I know how much I paid for mine, and I could have bought a few consoles.
Yeah, I know Mikhail's PC is probably better than a PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Wesley's PC is better than a PlayStation. Mm-hmm. I don't know about mine. Mine is a little old.
Well, you are old, but
my age ain't got nothing to do with my laptop.
I'm just throwing a shot out there because that's what I did.
You same age as me. Shut up.
Anyway.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, that's all I got for the annoying fan bases though. But
yeah, my main ones are still the Go or the Goku and the Batman. Outside of that, everything else is degrees less than them too.
Okay.
Yeah, those definitely
Yeah, those are the main ones. And also, I just want to touch back. Can people stop slandering Krillin like he's a scrub? Like, I'm tired of seeing these videos on like TikTok. They're like, oh, if you got to fight one anime character, who would it be? And they're pulling out Krillin. Krillin's slumping everyone outside of the Z Fighters.
The funny thing is, these same people clearly never watched Dragon Ball Z for real, and they're just picking out Krillin. Literally, when he threw his Destructo disc at Frieza, Frieza had to dodge it.
Yeah.
And Frieza was like, that would have killed me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking? And you think, first of all, we watched Krillin catch a car when he was in his little police uniform.
Yeah.
He just caught the car and then just sat it down. Like, and you're not beating Krillin.
And technically, he is the strongest human.
Yes.
Full-blooded human in Dragon Ball Z.
And you're not beating Krillin.
Like, you're comparing him to gods.
Yeah.
Like, us human mere mortals will get slumped by him with a flick of his pinky.
The only answer is Hamtaro.
Hamtaro.
I'm stumping the hell out of that little hamster. I'm taking my $1 million.
Oh, I'll beat Oolong. Yeah, I'm beating Oolong. The pig.
The pig from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
Poor.
yeah.
I'm fucking poor.
I don't know. We might not even catch Poor because he flies.
That's true.
Yeah, but the Ox King, and I ain't beating him.
No.
Someone said, Hercule.
I ain't beating him.
No, like
He
y'all realize he's
a
strongest.
world champion.
Yeah,
and he has
He's a world champion martial artist. The dude's not fake.
This is the equivalent of you stepping in the ring with John Bones Jones. You're not coming out. You're not winning.
You're not.
That's why I be like, people don't really be watching. They just be saying anything.
They just say stuff.
Facts.
Like, come on now.
They do.
Let's see another.
Like
I get foxy hands.
Shoot.
I'm giving foxy hands, bro.
No, but
as long as he don't hit me with the slow.
No,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I'm giving everyone the hands on Haikyuu.
Those is teenagers.
Yeah, fact.
They ain't teenagers no more.
Okay, well,
they was
once in a while.
No, they was teenagers at the beginning of the show. By the end, they ain't teenagers no more.
I would say some of them in Blue Lock, but they soccer players. They might kick you in. Forget where you at. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, next you're gonna have these people talking about they'll lump up Takamura.
Oh, please.
Takamura beat the brakes off of them.
Joe, please.
Aoki was slumped most of the people.
I think I could take Aoki.
No, Aoki slumping you, dog.
I don't know.
Aoki slumping me, dog.
The frog punch.
Don't get it twisted. Aoki slumping me too, and I have fought.
Right.
Aoki slumping me too. Kimura slumping me.
Oh no, they're really bad. They're really bad boxers, but yeah, I mean they are trained, but
they train.
I don't know that. I don't know that little stop. And when the other dude did it at the same time, I was crying. We at next.
You said you want to do GTA.
Does GTA need a new city?
Yes.
So here's my thing, and here's what I was thinking about the other day. We now have gotten Liberty City. We've gotten Vice City twice now with 6 about to come out.
Yes.
We've gotten San Andreas twice now with San Andreas and 5.
Right.
Technically got Liberty City 3 times.
What Liberty City stories?
No. GTA 1, GTA 2,
yeah,
and GTA 3 were all in Liberty City.
Right.
And Liberty City stories. That's 4 technically.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, okay, New York, Miami, LA. It's time for a new city.
Yes.
So, and I'm being honest, I think 7 is going to be back in Liberty City.
Probably just because the last one was in 2008,
mm-hmm.
and obviously the graphics were a lot different than what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that, but I'm with you. I'm okay if they did. Even they did. I know they did San Fierro and Los Venturas,
mm-hmm.
but I'll be okay if they put that in a. It's not if they put it in like another GTA, like you do multiple cities or something like that. But I would like to see Atlanta.
So my original thought was Atlanta. Right away, I was like, it would be dope in Atlanta, but then I was like, they always kind of like want to put an ocean there.
Well, you got the swamps and stuff.
So yeah, I was like, well, maybe Houston.
Yes,
Houston would be dope, or a Detroit.
Detroit, yeah, because they're on the lake.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lake, but still, I'm like, Philly.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like, there's so many places I feel like they could move to that would be interesting. Like, dude, I've never been to California, and I feel like I know my way around because I've been there so much in Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean? Like,
what about Seattle?
See, I wouldn't mind Seattle.
I mean, it's on the water.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Seattle.
But see, I'm gonna go something a little different. I want a foreign place, Japan. But because you know what it brings? It brings a different
the Yakuza
aesthetic to the world. Think about it. Guns aren't prevalent in Japan.
Yeah.
So that means they can get a little more creative with the game. It's not shootouts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you can you can have more creative liberties because of the aesthetic there. Certain things are just not common there. Like I've heard tattoo. There's some places if you have tattoos, they won't let you in.
Right in Japan.
Yes. Like if you have tattoos, they like restaurants, regular restaurants, be like, no, you can't come in here.
Mm-hmm.
So those type of cultural differences can make a GTA feel completely different because it's not just, oh, it's the same old game in just a new area. So now we just got to get used to the new area.
Right.
You're getting used to a new culture.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, hey, let's go to Guns and Ammo and get me a nah. If you come across a gun, you better hold on to it because you ain't getting many of them.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad idea.
And I just like the idea of going overseas. Like they briefly did GTA 2. They had a London version.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the idea of just taking it international because one, it just creates a new aesthetic. But two, like you said, you feel like you know California without ever going because of GTA.
Mm-hmm.
If there's some person that knows for the next probably 15 to 20 years, they're never going to be able to go to Japan, this can allow them to at least experience it in some way, shape, or form.
That's a good point.
Yes, there.
Yeah, I like that.
How about Thailand?
Thailand would work. I'm okay with a lot of foreign countries. I'd be okay with Thailand. I think Paris would work.
With everybody going
I think
run
Italy
around waving white flags at each other.
I think Italy would work. I think Africa would work.
I'm about to say you can't do London because then they already basically did that with the Mafia games, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, essentially.
I mean, yeah, but you can still make it different
you can
enough.
Still do it, but I mean, it's like
you can make it different enough.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I was thinking of like a Detroit or something is because it would be kind of dope to actually like have like a period of time to where you're just in the snow.
I agree.
I don't remember like ever doing that in the GTA games. Like I know they did it in Bully, so we know they have the capability to do
and at the beginning of 5.
And,
the very, very
North
beginning.
Yankton.
Oh, yeah.
Which is technically supposed to be North Dakota, I guess.
Is that what that was supposed to be?
I think it was supposed to be like North Dakota or something. It was definitely a Midwestern state.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, I don't...
I'd be, like I said, I'd be okay with a northern city. But you could do that in like a Japan. Japan has snow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Italy, pretty sure has snow. I know Paris does.
Yeah.
So it could be done.
Mm-hmm.
Russia.
I don't think they're gonna mess with Russia.
I think
I get what you're saying, though. Absolutely.
I think the one thing you said, I think would take away from, not necessarily take away from the game, but take away from what people look for, like to be able to blow stuff up and to be super explosive, and you would kind of make it more of like a thinking game than to where it's just like mindless fun.
Right.
People just want to blow stuff up. I'm talking to the majority of their fan base, not, you know what I mean?
I mean, I get it, but there's other ways to do it other than guns. Just because guns ain't available doesn't mean Molotovs aren't. Molotovs is self-made. All you just need liquor and a rag.
Yeah, but I'm going to be mad if, 30 dudes run up on me and all I got is a katana. I'm going to be hot. And you try to do that little stupid GTA jump, like to try to get away.
Right.
No, I'm not saying don't have them available. Just maybe make them a little more scarce. So when you do have it, you're like, oh, now it's time to really have some fun.
Yeah. It's definitely time, though. I think, no matter what they do, I'm like, when 7 does come out in 2072.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to be Liberty City.
They keep recycling the same 3 major cities. Yeah, right. Absolutely. When there's plenty of other cities, and like you said, I think Atlanta will be a really good one. Like, and a lot of people said they want to do like multiple cities too. So like,
DC Baltimore.
DC, yeah.
Those would be great.
Which are right on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
The whole DMV could literally be a map. Like,
absolutely.
You know,
but I think you're.
Yeah, just imagine you if you get too close to the White House equivalent.
instant 5 stars.
Instant
5 stars.
Instant 5 stars. Up, you in restricted area, my guy. Time for you to go.
Yeah, that would be great.
But yeah, like you said, Atlanta and Philly would be excellent. I really do. You start off in Philly.
And then you can like bring the culture from like those places. Like, you could have, these random meetups to where there's 70 people in cars at the gas station for no reason.
Yeah.
Just sitting in there blasting music. You know what I mean?
Do a mission for someone based like Gilly the Kid.
Yeah.
He'd be like one of the first missions you do. You get the eagle stuff on. You obviously have some different other type of color, but you know what I mean? But a team name or something.
With the giant hat outside dancing.
Yeah. Or doing missions for somebody at a boxing gym.
Yeah.
Because boxing and Philly and boxing is huge. So
yeah, I'll be down for a new city, but I personally wanted to go international.
I kind of wish 6 was a new city. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I get it, it's updated graphics, but it was like, Vice City was what, 4? Wasn't Vice City? Or I mean,
yeah, Vice City was.
Yeah, Vice City was number 4, wasn't it?
It was technically the third GTA, the second GTA 3. It was the sequel to GTA 3.
Yeah.
So technically, yeah, I guess you could call it 4, but it wasn't 4.
Right.
GTA 4 was in Liberty City.
Yeah. Because Vice City was a prequel.
Yeah.
Vice City took place before GTA 3.
But I mean, how long ago, how many games ago was it?
Oh, so we had GTA San Andreas after that. Then it was like Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories.
Then 4.
I just meant out of the big games.
So 5, 4, San Andreas, then Vice City. So it's 4 games ago. So you have 5, 4, San Andreas, then Vice City was right before that one.
Oh. Yeah.
4 took place in Liberty City. So technically 4 was in Liberty City.
Yeah, that's right.
So you had 1, 2, 3, and 4 were all in Liberty City.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it'd be nice to get a new city.
I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely don't need Liberty City again.
I mean, we'll get a new Red Dead before that, so I'll forget all about this. So.
If they do, what time would they be in?
What, Red Dead?
Yeah, because the way 2 ended, obviously, was they were in like 19... No, I'm sorry, Red Dead 1, because 2 was a prequel. Yeah. But I think when 1 ended, it was like 1914 or something like that. So, like, obviously... Are they going to go into the 20s or the 30s? You know what I mean? It's kind of like the people.
Yeah, can you really do it in that time frame? 20s is you start getting cars
and stuff.
The rolling 20s.
Yeah.
You could always go back further. Have nothing.
Or just have it at the same time frame, just completely different area, completely separate group of people.
There's hints in probably the last one into some game.
Can we get a new bully, please?
Please.
In a LA Noire. Or it doesn't have to be LA Noire, but like just something where you can do like forensic science and the detective work or something, like, cause that, stuff like that.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever played LA Noire.
I played it. I didn't finish it though. But it was cool, but you could see its limitations.
Yeah.
The concept of it was really good though, where if you didn't do your detective work, it's very likely you were going to be accusing the wrong person.
Yeah, or just not just really not paying attention when you're interrogating. Like he said, like you didn't get the right clues, or just interrogating, because it took me forever to start really getting.
Yeah, because you got to read facial cues and stuff like that to see if they're lying.
Yeah.
Like it was ahead of its time, and I really would like them to do it again, because now I think the technology is at a place where someone can really see confusion. Like in an Xbox 360 era, it wasn't as good. The graphics wasn't. They were just getting to the point where you could do that type of stuff. But now it would be at a point where you can really see. Like they could show like an eye tick in the graphics nowadays, where you say something that bothers someone, you can see like their eyes, twitch like, oh, I caught that. They could really do that type of stuff now if someone really wanted to take on that type of task.
I remember where like Madden 03 came out on like the PlayStation 2, and I remember like playing it, and people were like walking the room like, "You watching the game? Oh my god, that looks so realistic." Like now you look at it, and you're like, "The hell were they looking at?"
But you also got to remember
Right.
they weren't on HD TVs.
Yeah, like it's all blocky.
That's another thing you gotta consider. The quality of the TV also changed as well.
Yeah, that's true. It's so realistic. Look at it. Like, no, it's not. But I mean,
No,
I guess we all agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, Siege X.
Siege X. For those that don't know, Rainbow Six Siege is probably my favorite game of all time. It's the game I've put literally the most time, the only single game that I've put several hundred hours of time into. They just recently announced that they're doing a complete rework. It's not a sequel, so I'm happy to know that, because you're not losing anything that you've gotten so far from playing these hundreds of hours that I've played. But some of the stuff they're adding, they're reworking the audio so you can hear where people are better. Improving the rappel ability, so now you can go around corners, because that's one of the things that always bothered me was having to get off the rappel, go somewhere else, get back on rappel. You can't just go around the corner.
It's like wasted 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's just wasting time. Adding stuff like the interactable environment, where like you can shoot a fire extinguisher to give yourself a small little smoke screen, or a gas pipe and make it blow up to cause damage and stuff like that. And obviously updated graphics. But I'm just happy for it. And I'm also I'm intrigued by the new little game mode that they said they're adding, Dual Front, where it's a 6v6. It's kind of blending Siege with like a Overwatch type thing, where there's respawns and stuff like that.
That
but
might actually get me back.
But it's intriguing. I'm curious on what it's going to play like. See, the main thing I'm curious about is if it will get repetitive, because they only have currently one map for the new game mode. Because they're not these maps are being specially made for this new game mode, so they can't use the old ones.
Right.
So I'm curious on if it'll get repetitive with that game mode, or else do they have maps already in the chamber ready to go again?
That's a good question.
And you told me too, like, you said now they can do this thing where like some of the defend operators can be on attack now and stuff.
That's only in that dual front game mode.
Okay.
That's only in that dual front game mode.
Okay.
The regular 5v5 siege is staying the same, attackers and defenders. But in that new game mode, since you're both attacking and defending in that game mode, each team can have a mixture of both, which creates some incredibly interesting concepts. Teaming certain characters up that you wouldn't have before.
They like a Cav and Ash rushing in. Yeah, like that.
Cav and Ash, or just working off of each other. A Maverick blowing small little holes in, so smoke canisters can go through the holes to create little areas they can't get through. Like, the concept of it is intriguing. I'm still mad I never got my beta code to try that game mode out. I did what they said I was supposed to do to get the code, and they never sent me the code.
And you called them out on Twitter twice.
I think I did like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Still played the game in like 3, maybe 4 years. So like, I'm sure there's like a ton of new characters that I don't even know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
New characters, new maps.
Do you remember the last operator that came out when you played it?
I'll have to look up the operators and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But I'm really excited to see where it's going to go. Bunch of people, like we were talking about, the whiners were complaining, oh, it's not enough. It's not a completely new game. Like, they told you it's not a new game.
Right. And the fact that this game's been going on for 10 years, 10 plus years, and
it's been going on for 10 years, and they said they're trying to go for another 10.
It was Lion and Finka.
Oh, wow.
Wow, you had to play after that. You've had to have played after that.
No, I'm pretty sure those were the last two. Or wait, did Ella and them come afterward?
Ella was before.
Yeah, I'm going to say, because I
so
use Ella.
It's going from bottom to top. So the bottom ones are ones that were like ones that were here first. The tops are the newest.
Oh, no, because I played Alibi.
Yeah, Maestro. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who Maverick. But I want to say I remember Clash.
Clash was the first defender with a shield.
Yeah. So it was like right around here.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Operation Villa and Grim Sky.
Grim Sky, yes. Grim Sky.
Right around here was the last time I played. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, you didn't even get to see like Warden.
Nope. He's missing out on some good operators.
Yeah. And, he would have been better if they brought him in earlier.
Do you know who that is right there, right above Warden?
Him?
Yeah.
Sam. Literally, like.
No, click on him. You know him from something, just not Siege. Look at his logo. That logo don't remind you of anything?
Sam fucking Fisher.
Oh, that's the three little. I never liked that game.
Yeah, but he's like the attacking Valk.
Oh, Samuel Leo Fisher. Honestly, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I like him a lot though. So.
I wasn't even thinking about that game. I completely forgot about. I never really liked Splinter Cells, but how is he using him?
Oh, he's dope.
He's good. I like him.
Yeah. He had those Argus cameras. He can pretty much shoot them anywhere. they can like pierce through the walls, and he can like
like drill cameras type things.
I'm looking at a few people that I'm like I'd probably try it out.
That Solace up there, the top right, she was a big problem when she first came out. They kind of nerfed the crap out of her. She was like the defensive IQ.
Yeah.
So she could see people.
I actually used to use Alibi for a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was either Alibi or.
You just.
What'd you say?
Alibi. I was just saying she's up.
Yeah,
right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to say I used to use Alibi or Ash.
Yeah, everyone used Ash. I was one of the few people that didn't.
What are them? Are them supposed to be braids?
Yeah, she's from South Africa.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah, when they announced the South African operator, Malik's like, they better be black because if you're white, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, I don't care that South Africa is populated by a lot of white people. I don't care. You announce someone from Africa, that motherfucker better be black. And she was.
I'm gonna have to hop back on track.
Yeah, but Lucy's decent. Yeah, she throws down these
things that just slow you down.
Yeah, what they call
make a loud noise and it slows your movement. Telling you, Siege is a great game.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I wasn't good at it, so that was enough for me to stop playing.
You get good by practicing. You gonna tell your team that you're coaching, hey, you're not good, just quit.
There's a few I might want.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm joking, but no, I like the game. I don't know. I fall off of online games really fast.
Yeah, because you hate people.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you play with friends like me and
Tim.
I
played Rivals in like 3 weeks. Jazz probably played 6 times since we started this podcast.
They got to do something about them healers in Rivals. They're doing this. I don't think we're talking. They're doing this triple heal thing, and it's too much. It's too much. I got ideas what they can do, but if you want to do triple healer, then you gotta like the healing cost got to come down or something, because it's getting too like you can't kill nobody, and then certain healers, it's like Rocket's really good. Like he's so slippery you can't kill him. It's annoying, and then Sue is out of control. Sue and Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
Like it's just unbelievable. Like But other than that,
I'll watch some videos on this to see how it looks.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it looks good. I'm excited for when it drops in June. It's supposed to drop, I think, early June. I think around the 10th or something like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it a shot for sure. Yeah, 'cause I mean, we haven't played every Sunday like we used to, but we need to get back on it.
Yeah.
Siege Sunday.
Yeah, we used to do Sunday Siege every morning.
But the text message like, it's Siege Sunday.
Sunday Siege? Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Trash takes?
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think I got one that might upset y'all. This is a twofold. The Usos and the New Day are both better tag teams than the Dudley Boys.
Okay.
No, I'm still giving it to the Dudleys.
I don't disagree. I actually like both.
Yeah, didn't y'all have them as like we didn't even do a tag team top 10, but didn't y'all have them?
I had the New Day in my top 10.
They would be at mine.
They would be
at mine, both of them. So
no, I'm still with the Dudleys. No, I'm still with the Dudleys. It's not a bad take. I don't think it's bad.
The reason I would agree is because I like the Dudley Boys better separate.
Oh, when they went solo?
I like Bully Ray.
See, I liked Bully Ray. They didn't really give Devon anything when they were separated.
What are you talking about? Testify.
They gave. You mean Reverend Devon?
Reverend Devon.
Deacon Batista.
Oh, yeah.
But it was okay, but you could tell that they really didn't have nothing for them.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really have no plans for them, so they didn't really go nowhere with it. But I think he possibly could have done more if they would have gave him the chance, but they didn't.
Yeah. I was never a big. They were my third favorite tag team out of the three back then. Edge and Christian and the Hardys. So I mean,
right.
See, I like them better than Edge and Christian, but not better than the Hardys.
I like them better than Edge and Christian.
I liked Edge and Christian more once they separated, because I liked Edge as a heel. Well, I like Christian as a heel too, but in different ways. Like Edge was the more sadistic type heel.
Yeah,
those 5-second poses were great.
Oh, they were funny. I found them funny.
Flash photography.
But I always liked Christian as the little cocky heel.
I think the fact that Vince held him back just because he hated his face
is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous.
But it's hilarious. Like, he played around with the thought of just putting a sticker over
a blue dot over his face.
Yeah, over Christian's face whenever he was
on screen.
What is wrong with Christian's face? What's Vince's problem?
I don't know. That is really weird.
Are they like the best tag team that went to split and had best solo careers out of a tag team? Edge and Christian.
Just tag team, like not a trios.
Yeah, just
I'm about to say that belongs to the Shield.
The Shield, but like just the actual pure tag team. But they had the best solo career from a tag team, because usually one has a great career and the other one doesn't. Like obviously Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels, Jim Neidhart, Bret Hart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Obviously Bully Ray had a way better single career than Devon. You know, I didn't know, like, even though Matt and Jeff wasn't. I mean, Matt had an okay solo career.
Matt had a better solo career outside of WWE.
Yeah.
You know,
like the Mattitude.
Yeah. Well,
the Mattitude followers and all that.
Version 2.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to.
That's a good question.
I'd probably say, Edge and Chris, because you got to think both of them was multiple-time world champions.
Yeah. Because I didn't watch his TNA run, but I heard Christian's TNA run was really good.
Christian's TNA run was incredible.
Mm-hmm. And I see the AEW stuff he's been doing over the past few years. And
he was really good in AEW as well.
You're talking about for like to have debuted as a tag team and then went separate ways.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, technically they didn't debut as a tag team.
They debuted
Edge
as a
popped
trio.
up. Edge popped up first for a while, and he had his little solo run where he was just running around, not really talking.
Or best known.
And then
right.
he became a part of the Brood. and then they became a tag team after that.
Okay.
Edge had a run where he was about by himself for like a year or two before Christian came about.
I'm about to say maybe,
but still, even if you still don't consider that, he definitely I would definitely say they're the best.
I was thinking the Hollywood Blondes maybe, but that's what no. Yeah, because it's Pillman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
Stone Cold and Pillman.
Yeah, but Pillman's
That's what I'm about to say. Not really.
career didn't go as high as it could have.
Well.
Yeah, it was about a year
He did
when he was by himself for about a year, and
Okay.
then Christian and Gangrel came in and brought him into the Brood and
Gotcha.
whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I guess so. I can't think of anyone that would top that.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone that would either.
Like, obviously, Jay's taken off, but how's Jimmy's solo career?
He hasn't won anything.
And then he just kind of stand.
He basically got a promo the other day saying he was desperate to get to WrestleMania.
Okay.
Wasn't too good.
Okay.
So,
yeah, the New Day, you can't, I don't know if you want to consider that because Kofi had a long career before the New Day even showed up.
Right.
And E kind of had a career too. It was really only Xavier. Because E was with
Dolph Ziggler and AJ.
Wow. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad trash take.
Yeah. I wouldn't get upset about that.
Yep.
Oh, about the Mega Powers? Well, no, they already were single.
Yeah, they were already.
Yeah, but obviously, yeah.
No one cares about Hogan anyway.
There was a tag. I don't know if did you know Sting and Ultimate Warrior were in the tag team?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Before that's when they was on the indie in the territories.
Okay.
It was before WCW and all of that.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah. You want me to go or you want to go?
You can go.
All right. A trash take is if you're a person that follows the hate train of anything, you're a follower and can't think for yourself. Therefore, your opinion is invalid. So, and I mean, this has to do with anything. People that hate stuff just because they're told to hate it or because everyone else hates it. And as it was mentioned earlier, the Assassin's Creed game. Seen a bunch of people, this game's stupid, it's gonna fail, and blah, 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 blah. Did you hear what they said about it? They said this, and that. Did you play it?
Yeah, right.
Did you watch anything on it? No, you're just hating just because everyone told you to hate it, and then you're a loser. You're a loser, your opinion sucks, and you shouldn't be taken seriously as a person. Or... like we said, the movies come out and people, oh, this movie sucks. You didn't even watch it. You don't even know.
And especially when you have a phone where you can just look up something for yourself.
Yeah. Now, and I'll admit, if you watch something and form your own opinion of it,
right?
But you don't have to watch the whole thing. If you can watch clips of something and be like, this looks terrible, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if you're a person that's like, well, this person said it, they played it, and it was awful. How do you know?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, at least watch clips of it to be like, this looks like something I wouldn't be interested in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Those people are just annoying as hell. And like I said, they can't be taken seriously.
No, I agree.
So, and that's in any form of media, whether it's, TV, movies, anime, anything. You get a lot of people that's like that with anime. Whoa, I don't like One Piece because somebody told me it takes 500 episodes to get good. Shut up! You didn't watch it.
I don't like the art. It's terrible.
Yeah,
that's another one too.
Those people, and they be saying that about JoJo. I can't watch JoJo because of the art style. Shut up! Like,
Can't even draw. You talking about art
yeah.
style? Like, shut up.
Well, there's still you can complain about the art style if you looked at it. Because I'm sorry, like Adventure Time, the art style of Adventure Time is terrible. It looks like something I would draw, and I can't draw. So you could say something's bad, the art style is bad, because even if you can't draw, you can objectively see if something's a good drawing or a bad drawing. Like you can look at that and say,
like Adventure Time, it was
intentional.
Yeah, and just like One Piece, it's intentional. It's supposed to look a certain way. Like,
yeah, but they can still say I don't like it.
Yeah, no, but what we're saying is the people who jump on the hate train early and be like, "Oh, well, I don't like this because I was told not to like it."
Yeah,
Those
I agree with what
I'm
you're saying,
talking
but
about.
Tim had brought up about people saying not liking the art style. If you don't like, you're allowed to not like the art style.
But you can say I don't like the art style of the show, so I don't want to watch it. We're like, I get what Tim's saying. Where there are people that's like the show's terrible because the art sucks. Like you didn't even watch the show. Is that what you're saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, that's
watch it.
A lot of them said that for over One Piece.
Yeah.
A lot of them said that.
And I see people say that about JoJo all the time. Like, oh, JoJo sucks because of the art style. Like, because they're muscly? What? Like, you didn't even watch the show. You don't know
it's the poses they don't like.
Poses is what makes it funny.
Yeah.
And the fact that they use Jodeci as one of the outros, which was absolutely hilarious the first time you get to it.
They really do.
Dead serious. Dead serious. I was in the living room one day watching it, and Jazz was like, "What the freak?" She was like, "You," and I was like, "I can't believe this is the outro." Like, yeah. So,
no, I agree with you. Absolutely.
yeah. So, that's it.
My turn. We're going back to the music. Andre 3000's verse in International Players was a great verse, but it is a little overhyped, and I think Pimp C had a better verse in the song. It's a great. His verse is great. It sets the tone.
It was terrible.
Oh no!
I thought trying to find
no.
because I was about to walk off. And I'm trying to like move my computer and stuff. So
I thought he was gonna say Andre 3000 is like trash or
something.
No, I thought he was going somewhere completely different.
No.
I'm like, what is he about to say?
No, 3 Stacks is great, but the verse is a little overhyped.
Okay.
It's a little overhyped.
So, but the wordplay he had with it, like, I see every girl that I see round town, like,
yeah, it was great. I typed the text. It was, but I think Pimp C had a better verse in the song. I mean, 3 Stacks obviously set the tone of the song, of course. But then when the beat dropped and Pimp C, I always felt Pimp C had the better verse in the song. But I just felt the verse is a little over. It's the greatest verse in hip hop. No. It's just a little overhyped. That's all.
Okay.
So I don't like it. No, I wasn't bad. I love that song because DJ Paul and they pretty well technically they took the sample from Willie Hutch to Mac, but still But still, DJ Paul and them, they sampled the song, but still, the whole song is great, but everyone just always talks about it like that's like the greatest hip hop verse ever. I don't even know what the greatest hip hop verse is, but it ain't that. But it is a great verse, for sure. I can't even say anything because we all always have different tastes, what we like,
The greatest hip hop verse,
I don't know.
Thinking of a master plan. Cause ain't nothing but
sweat inside my hand.
So I dig into my pocket, all my money is spent, so I dig deeper. Still coming up with lint. Yep.
But
rock him.
But yeah, that was all. That was my trash. It's just a little overhyped. That's all.
So not necessarily that one, but Busta Rhymes on "Look at Me Now." What do you think?
What about it?
Do you think that verse is overhyped too?
No, it's alright. It's cool.
No, because no one's hyping it up for like lyricism. They're just hyping it up because of the flow.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've seen someone say it was like overhyped and trash, or some unknown rapper, and then everyone's like, "What's the verse?"
If you think about it, he's not really saying anything. Going back to a point I made earlier, that verse, he's not really saying anything.
Everybody can't be flawless.
Nah, but no. But even still, I got to get it. They got to go, and they got to get, like, he's literally saying nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was my trash take, though. But man, you about to jump up.
Dude, I was
I didn't even
literally.
see what you
I-
did.
I was about to walk
I'm
off.
looking like,
I was about
where
to
are you
walk
going
off.
with this?
Like, I was waiting to walk off because I'm like, if he say Andre 3K is trash or he's
No.
not a legend, or and then you was like international players, like if he say that verse is trash, then I'm leaving.
Okay, yeah, I thought I was just waiting. I'm like, where's he going with
To
this?
be honest, I think everybody in the song kind of held their own.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I just felt he was just a little overhyped. That was all. That's the only verse everyone talks about. But I get it. But
All right, that's the opening. It's the, like you said, it set the tone.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
So,
for sure.
sure.
Other than that, I want to take a rest in peace, George Foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first fight I ever saw you fight was when you fought Michael Moore, because obviously we weren't even born when you fought in your prime.
Yeah.
But thank you for the Foreman grills. I got
I'm
one in
about
my
to say,
house.
your grill turned me into
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
the griller I am today. 'Cause I
Facts.
started off on a Foreman.
And we remember your episode on the King of the Hill when you argued with Hank Hill about grilling and propane, and Hank said, "At least my grill isn't sold in housewares." But yeah, you will be missed. You are a legend, and yeah, that's all I got. I had to pay some homage.
Yeah, you got to pay homage to George Foreman.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
all right, that's all I got, man.
That's all I got. That's all I got. This was fun.
Oh,
Fun
absolutely.
episode.
And then we can talk about what's going on for next week's or in 2 weeks or whatever we are. So for next in 2 weeks we will be talking about the One Piece anime returns.
Oh yeah.
The anime returns, so we can talk a little bit about me. You can talk about that mainly more about like about Egghead Part 2, pretty much. I'm gonna finish up Bleach, the season 3. We can discuss that if you want, and which will and will the Switch 2 be successful?
That's going to be a good discussion.
Will Switch 2?
Yeah.
Because none of the other two you really don't know really into that much.
Yeah.
But we can still we'll throw something else in there too.
Yeah, we'll add some more.
We'll throw some more, but
We'll get some more topics
but
in
we'll
there.
talk about Switch 2 will be successful
Mhm.
and all that. But yeah, we will see y'all in 2 weeks.
Everyone, have a good time. Have a good day. Enjoy yourselves.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. And we appreciate everyone who takes the time out to listen to us ramble about a bunch of nonsense,
Bunch of bullshit that we
Yes,
enjoy.
sir.
So,
everyone take care.
Take care.
absolutely. Deuces.